Rolex and Cartier watches at Bailey's Fine Jewelry in Raleigh's Village District. For 3 days only, shop highly coveted timepieces as well as an expanded selection of luxury pre-owned handbags from the designers you love. Visit Bailey's Fine Jewelry September 25th through 27th for iconic watches and coveted handbags. Visit BaileyBox.com for details.
It's been said that when someone you love has Parkinson's, you have Parkinson's. If you have questions, the Parkinson's Foundation has answers. Learn more at parkinson.org or call 1-800-473-4636.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Workers' comp can be tricky, but my law firm will be on top of all the complicated paperwork and sneaky deadlines so that all of your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. If you've been hurt on the job, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
WCMC-FM HD1 Holly Springs.
Mayfield breaks 330, up the middle to 40, cuts to the far sideline, breaks a tackle, somersaults at the 45, has the first down run to the far sideline, goes to the 46 of Tampa Bay. What a swerving run! Mayfield for 15. Mayfield, head swiveling back and forth, moves his tight end, gets the snap, hands off to White over the guard, spins, corkscrews in, and it is a touchdown! It is a touchdown for Tampa Bay! They have taken the lead! The clock at 6 seconds! What a drive! What a score! What a comeback by Tampa Bay!
That fires me up. Wow. It's the Adam Gold Show. How you doing? I'm Adam Gold. That is Victoria.
You don't even need your coffee now.
No. Let's
not go crazy.
Let's not lose our minds.
Woo, I'm feeling it.
I had a conversation on the radio this morning. By the way, welcome to the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam. That's Victoria. You can join us on YouTube. We invite you to do so. YouTube, search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan, either way. Or just download the 99.9 The Fan app.
Yeah.
And boom, it's just that easy. You just push a button.
I think we have a graphic. Yeah, we got a
whoa.
graphic. I know. Video Joe told me about it today, and I was like, I'm going to do it.
I'm turning around and looking at it.
It's fancy.
For those people who are not watching. It's a busy graphic.
Yeah, I know. In case you need a really big picture on
Yep, there you go.
how to download it.
Look, the app's great. It makes it very easy. It'll allow you to get the Canes Corner podcast as well, which, by the way, episode 1 of our countdown to the preseason dropped last night. And I'll tell you what I discussed. Instead of we, it was just me. And these are all going to be, I said it was going to be 15 minutes. I can't do anything in 15 minutes. It was almost 25.
Okay.
And I discussed the 5 players that the National Hockey League has essentially unsuspended and can sign on October 15th. They will be eligible to return to play December 1st. I'm not sure any of them will be in the NHL soon, to be honest. But I discussed the topic, and to be perfectly honest, for the Hurricanes, there's only 2 players there that they should have, if they had any interest in, that they should have interest in. The goaltender, Carter Hart, the center, former Devil, Michael McLeod. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying Hurricanes needs, if you think about it, center, goaltending.
Yeah.
And those are the 2 best players out of this quintet, if you will. Obviously, there are many, many issues that go beyond just, are these good players? I'm not going to get into it now, but it's all there. Canes Corner Podcast, Countdown to Puck Drop, Part 1. Countdown to Puck Drop, Part 2 will be tonight, 10 o'clock. And I will tell you right off the hop that we will be discussing the future of goaltending for the Hurricanes.
Nice.
Okay? So if you're interested in a goaltending conversation, that is tonight, 10 o'clock, Canes Corner Podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. But
There's a
live
lot
on
of
YouTube.
places.
Live
There's a
on
lot of
YouTube.
places.
And yeah, you just go to 99.9 The Fan, the app.
Yep.
And there you go. Before we begin, real quick, I was on the phone on the radio with the fellas in Charlotte this morning, and obviously they want to talk about the Panthers. I begged first, however, can we talk about a good team that plays at Bank of America Stadium? Charlotte FC has won 9 straight, and when I talked about it, I just said, but please, because I was watching, and I think I might have said this yesterday. I was watching on the league's Apple broadcast. We were on our way back from South Carolina, and I was watching it on the Apple broadcast, and the Americanization of play-by-play for soccer on TV is maddening.
Oh?
It's an assault. Certain sports are just asked to breathe. And if I'm watching it, which we were, like, don't hit me over the head with something every 2 seconds. That, as an aside, gets me to this. Kevin Harlan, who did the play-by-play last night on the radio, you heard the Baker Mayfield thing, is as good a play-by-play man for football, and I'm going to say, I believe this to be true, on the radio, as there has ever been. It is so thorough. He is so into it and exciting. Harlan is awesome. Spoken with him before at not Final Fours, at Super Bowls, because he's been doing the Super Bowl on the radio for a while. He is amazing. That play-by-play highlight, or the two of them that we heard, just absolutely awesome. Fun finish to that football game last night. Before we start, real quick, R.I.P. Robert Redford.
I know.
Passed away today, 89 years old.
Yeah.
So, I put out my top 5 all-time Redford movies. You know, he never won an Academy Award
Really?
for a role.
Interesting.
Right. He has an Academy Award as a director, but he has never won an Academy Award as an actor, which blew me away when I read that today. I put out my top 5 all-time Redford movies.
Okay.
And this, of course, gets hot takes, but it's fine. And there are a lot of choices at number 5. At for me, there's only I really just should have done the top 4.
Oh, because 5 really was the tough one.
Well, no, because it could have been. There's like 8 movies, 9 movies that seem all about the same to me. But there are 4 that are so far and away better than anything he's ever done. And to me, they're all the same. They're all not the same movies, but they're equally great.
Okay.
The top 4, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Way We Were, All the President's Men, and The Sting. Everybody's like, oh, The Sting is better than Butch Cassidy. What? Maybe.
Yeah.
It depends on my day.
I mean, it's to each their own.
But honestly, tomorrow, I might agree. Tomorrow, I might agree. The Sting might be the best movie.
Right.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Those 4 are the Mount Rushmore of Redford movies. 5th, you could have done, I did Electric Horseman, which was excellent, goofy, where he plays an old rodeo guy who's wearing this, like, bedazzled, cowboy outfit for as a commercial, and he saves a horse. He does a lot of stuff with horses. Indecent Proposal, where he's a millionaire, and he pays Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson $1 million to spend a night with Demi Moore. There are some really cool movies, but not close to these top 4. And, of course, there's The Natural. And I got a text from NC State baseball coach Elliot Avent. The Natural couldn't make your top 5?
Oh, he feels some type of way about it.
Because it's a baseball movie.
Yeah.
And here's my my overriding thought is that the movie, the end of the movie, and I know there are people who love it, the end of the movie ruined the movie for me. Because I'm sorry, I can't with the into the lights and the explosions and the blood coming. I can't. Sometimes I have a problem, and it's a me problem. I have a problem suspending reality.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, but it was an amazing book.
Yeah.
The Natural, Bernard Malamud's book, an amazing book, and I will snob out there because in many ways, books are almost always better than the movies.
Oh, yeah.
But so just the end of The Natural just kind of soured the movie for me. It is a good movie.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's one of his 5 best.
Well,
That's
this
all.
tells me I have movies I need to watch because I can't contribute to any of these.
So, you've never seen Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?
Probably not. I'm really bad about movies, like watching movies.
Oh, man. You could argue that both of those movies, the Butch Cassidy and The Sting, which both featured Paul Newman and Robert Redford, you could argue that they're almost more Paul Newman movies than Robert Redford, but Redford's amazing in both. They're both awesome.
It's worth watching.
And you could, watch them back to back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll come in with my opinion.
Watch them back to back. They're both amazing.
Yeah.
All right. But so R.I.P. Robert Redford. All right. Let's go.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
All right.
Let's get it started.
I know this probably hurts Panthers fans.
Nothing hurts. We're numb.
Baker Mayfield, man.
Oh, I know.
Baker Mayfield. He gets the job done. It's not always awesome looking. I thought he was very good last night.
Yep.
But he gets the job done. The play, 4th and 10. You're on your own, I don't know, the 32-yard line, I think they were. 4th and 10. Somehow squeezes through the pocket and runs for 15 yards in the first down. They lose. They're losing the game if he does not make that play. Unbelievable. 5 straight completions later, they're at the 2, and Rashard White goes over for the touchdown.
Yep.
And the Buccaneers have the lead. They ultimately win the game. And the Texans are now 0-2. The Buccaneers are 2-0. Real quick, before we hear from particulars, what did I tell you yesterday? These were the wagers yesterday. We went 3 out of 4 yesterday. Tampa outright, under 42.5. That was plus 261. And Emeka Ibuka to score a touchdown. He dropped a pass later in the game. That was a bad one.
Yeah.
But he scored a touchdown. Of course, there was a penalty on the play they got away with, but regardless, it still works. And then I had Quentin Johnson, anytime touchdown for the Chargers. He scored, but I had the Raiders plus 3.5, and obviously that didn't work. Anyway, 3 out of 4 yesterday. Pay attention.
Well, there you go.
Pay attention. All right. Now, Baker Mayfield. Good road win.
Similar to what I told you guys last week, in these 2-minute close games, we were not on the right side of things for the past couple of years, and it's good to see that we haven't even played close to our best ball in all 3 phases, and we're still finding ways to win on the road, and that's really important, is to not lose sight of that. We're finding ways to win, but also we do need to get things fixed. Some of these games we can make it easier on ourselves and try and put teams away earlier, but this is a good team that we played, so we expected a hard-fought battle, but it's nice to be on the right side of it.
It was a good win. The Bucs have some offensive line injury issues to deal with. They're also missing Chris Godwin. It wasn't a great Mike Evans game.
No.
It wasn't a great offensive game. It really wasn't. But
That's why the score was so low.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield will he'll make some plays now. C.J. Stroud, who playing quarterbacks hard in the league.
Yeah.
I remember a couple of years ago, people were falling over themselves. Look, C.J. Stroud's going to be fine. I'm not saying that C.J. Stroud isn't going to be a good quarterback. Isn't a good quarterback now. But boy, were people losing their minds because Bryce wasn't good. Playing quarterback's hard in the league. There were plays left on the field. Here's Stroud on the slow start.
Yeah, just stay together. Stay committed to one another, trust in one another. The sun will rise in the morning. It's not the end of the world. But at the same time, we all get paid a service, to do a job. And, we got to get those jobs done at a faster rate. I think, as a team, we got to just stay together. Everybody's going to talk crazy, and we suck, we this, we that. And at the end of the day, we got to stay together and just mesh well and be honest, have hard conversations. But, I think right now we need more confidence as an offense at least, just confidently playing better together. I think that's a big thing. We haven't played together, a lot of us, so the more confidence that we build, I think the better that we'll be off.
I mean, think about where they are, though. They're 0-2, right? The Colts in the same division are 2-0. Yeah, haven't played the Colts yet. So,
who predicted that before the season started?
Look, man, the National Football League is goofy.
Yeah.
It's just goofy, and it is just 2 weeks. So, everybody just chill. Chargers beat the Raiders last night. I have not been a fan of Justin Herbert. He looks different. There's something different about Herbert. And I know last year in the regular season, he was almost without a flaw.
Yeah.
Well, they had 3 interceptions all last season. Of course, it went the other way in the playoffs, but playoffs are that's what happens. Playoffs are a lot different. But there looks to be he
has like a confidence.
Yes, a confidence, calmness about him. He made very, very important plays last night. And I know he's a goofball, but Jim Harbaugh is an elite head coach. Mm-hmm. Elite head coach. And his team is now 2-0.
It was hard fought. It was a battle like all the ones, that every time you play the Raiders or play a Pete Carroll team, it was division rivalry. It was all of it, and both teams were just fighting, everybody was all in out there.
Those two coaches, by the way, can't get away from each other. Think about this.
No.
Right? Carroll, when he was the coach at USC, had a deal with Harbaugh when he was the coach at Stanford. And then Carroll goes to the pros, goes to Seattle. Harbaugh goes to San Francisco, and they butt heads there.
Yep.
Right? And they separate. Carroll's still at Seattle. Harbaugh goes back to college, goes to Michigan, blah, blah, blah. Now they're back in the same division with Carroll with the Raiders and Harbaugh with the Chargers.
Did you see the handshake in the middle? It's just
I didn't. Those guys, I can't figure it out. Carroll is so laid back.
Oh, yeah.
And friendly.
Very.
Harbaugh is weird.
Very.
And that's probably putting it mildly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is something weird in the dynamic there.
Because you could see the Pete Carroll. Did you see the clip with Carroll holding Gino's hand after he threw an interception? He was trying to comfort him. I'm like, oh, he's everybody's grandpa.
Yeah. Oh, Carroll's
he's so sweet.
Carroll's wild. Former NC State assistant coach, by the way, Pete Carroll. All right, here's Dan Orlovsky from ESPN on the Chargers and their quarterback.
There's a philosophy change in that organization right now that Justin Herbert's the best player on the field every time that the Chargers play, and they're going to put the ball in his hands. And I think you're seeing some of the roster building take shape and show itself. They put him under center on early downs. They go hard ball, play action, and they try to take shots down the field, and it's paying off for them, and he's making really good decisions. And then there's a Keenan Allen or a Ladd McConkey. The health, the playmaking that he's had with his legs have been a really big deal, and so they're protecting him. He's got pockets to throw out to for days, and the perimeter players are playing really well. So it feels different when it comes to the offensive side of the football in Los Angeles.
All right, we will talk to embedded Chargers reporter Bridget Condon from NFL Network. She's not a Chargers reporter. She's a host with NFL Network, but she covers the Chargers a lot, and she's going to join us in about 10 minutes. So we're apparently on another tush-push warpath. We got through one whole week of the NFL, and then I guess yesterday, today, Sunday, decided that it is evil again, and we are back railing against it. Here from Get Up This Morning, Mike Greenberg.
Fair enough. So there's that part of it. And then, Dan, to me, there's another part of it, which is whether they officiated properly or not. The play is an abomination. Agreed. It's unwatchable. This has nothing to do with how good the Eagles are. I know the Eagle fans get all sensitive about this. It is the most unwatchable. This is not what football was ever meant to be.
Agreed. And the league tried to get rid of it. 22 out of the 32 teams voted to eliminate it, but they needed 24. And the Eagles put on the full court press. They sent old Jason Kelsey in there to argue it.
There you go. Put a center in there. We'll get it fixed.
Yeah, exactly. So, but look, I'm with
World's
you. Like,
problems, we got it.
Like, you're selling a TV product too. If you're the NFL, like, you don't want like a disgusting-looking play whose outcome is not in doubt. And by the way, if you're going to let them do it, then make sure they do it legally.
All right, there's a lot to unpack there. First of all, that was Mike Greenberg. That was Dan Graziano. You heard Jeff Saturday. All right. Disgusting? That's disgusting?
It's a little extreme.
Really? Okay. I mean, you lose me there. It's not an abomination. It's a play. Is it a boring play? Beauty in the eye. I've said this all summer when this was being discussed. The Green Bay Packers wanted it taken out. I had no problem with wanting the play being taken out. But let's do it for legitimate reasons. Not because some team is good at it and you're not. The Bills tried to run it last year in the playoffs, didn't do it very well. The Eagles are successful on it about 96% of the time. By the way, it wasn't 100% against the Chiefs. They actually did it twice in a row. On one, it was like 3rd and a yard and a half. They didn't get it. And the next one was 4th, and they did get it. But I'm not sure why this is not obvious. Because I said this all summer. If you can't pull a player, then you should not be able to push a player. Attack the rule, not the safety. Every freaking play in the NFL is unsafe. Every single one. It blows me away. At the end of that, we did get to two things that became obvious if you watched the game. One, the Eagles move early on the offensive line. And the other is that the center is actually over the ball. I believe he's starting in an offside position. Now, to me, if you're not going to line up like you're supposed to line up, then we should simply throw a flag. We could do that. We can handle it that way. So the Eagles are taking liberties with the play as well. But man, we have disgusting?
Yeah,
what is wrong with people?
No. Disgusting is pumpkin spice dude wipes. That's not disgusting.
You could have just stopped at pumpkin spice.
No, Bridget and I were on the train.
See, Bridget Condon is going to come
here.
here.
You're going to be outnumbered in like 5 minutes.
It's always the case. It's always the case. Look, it's very simple with the brotherly shove, which I think is a better name for the play anyway. Is that if you cannot gain the yards on your own individual power, then it shouldn't count. As soon as somebody is pushing you from behind, the play's over. End of discussion. The play's over. So part of that Eagles play, hey, if nobody is pushing Jalen Hurts from behind, then it's a good play. It's just a quarterback sneak. That's all it is. I don't understand the vitriol against it. All right, more craziness. Did you see Tom Brady last night?
Yeah.
In the owner's box with the headset on, which I guess he's allowed to do.
I guess.
But it creates this in the minds of people, a conflict of interest. I could be wrong here, but he was not broadcasting the game last night, was he?
Nope.
No. He's part owner of the Raiders, right?
Yep.
What I don't understand the problem, but on ESPN, they had a problem with it.
Let's dive into whether this really is a thing or not. Like, we live in a world now where we make everything into such a big deal. You do games every single week. How much information do you get, would you say you get from those conversations that if you wanted to be clear, you never would do this, but if you wanted to use them for the benefit of another team, how much of it could you actually?
It's such a tough question because it's so different depending upon the coach. But in those meetings, you are fully discussing what the team is going on that week, specific to a single game. So you may get into what players are available for the game that given Sunday. You may get into a little bit of what your philosophy is going into that game. So you do get a lot of information that if you went out and just spread it out, it would be very difficult for those teams. That's why those meetings are very different than when a head coach stands up at a podium and answers questions from a reporter. That is a more relaxed setting that you can let your guard down some. But at the same time, most head coaches, when they walk into that meeting, they still understand you're a part of the media, and they're not going to tell you their entire game.
I totally, and we're not saying Brady would do this either, right?
Yes.
We're not trying to accuse you. This a bad look.
All right, we can stop it right there. I don't think it's a bad look. The only real problem would be is that the biases that he would have inherently in favor of a team that he partially owns and clearly has a vested interest in, doing his job as a broadcaster. That, to me, would be the only thing. What happens? Fox has a Super Bowl and the Raiders are in it. What happens? That, to me, is the problem. Because you're not doing the viewer, you're not doing them a service. With that said, ain't nobody telling Tom Brady, the owner of the Raiders, something that they don't want Tom Brady, the owner of the Raiders, to know. So, man, we create issues, don't we? All right, when we come back, the one and only Bridget Condon, NFL Network. We'll talk Chargers and more next.
Chapel Hill to Charlotte, Greenville to Greensboro. Your sports, his state. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
It's time for our 12 o'clock keyword in our Sin City Skateaway. Sponsored by Park MGM Las Vegas, Atlantic Spas and Billiards, Hot Tub and Sauna Expo, Buffalo Brothers, and Newcomb & Company. This hour's word is ref. Text ref to 919-860-5326 for your chance to win a trip for two to Las Vegas and see Carolina play hockey against the Las Vegas Golden Knights next month. Again, this hour's word is ref. Good luck from 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports Leader.
Well, it looks like it might be a washout for a little while, but this might be a good time to use this as a reminder in case you ever get caught in a washout on your motorcycle. I'm Victoria Vodnecker here from 99.9 The Fan for Law Tigers, and I am no stranger to taking the bike out just for a quick summer ride and then boom, out of nowhere, getting caught under a pop-up rain cloud. And just like you would remember things like lowering your speed, braking gently, avoiding huge puddles, you should also remember that accidents can happen at any time and who you should call in the event that one does. If you're ever in a wreck on your motorcycle, make sure to call my friends at Law Tigers first before calling your insurance company. At Law Tigers, they're riders too, so they've gotten caught in the rain plenty of times. They know the value of your bike, your gear, the investment that you've made, and what it's like to go through an accident. Case evaluations are always free, and you won't pay a dime until your case is settled. Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS, North Carolina's motorcycle lawyers. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers is not a law firm.
It's Bo time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's Bo time.
Planning a tailgate? Then it's Bo time. Bojangles has everything you need for the perfect tailgate, no matter how many fans you're trying to feed. There's the original tailgate, the super tailgate, and for a really big crowd, the jumbo tailgate special. And if you like your chicken off the bone, choose the Supreme's tailgate special that includes 12 perfectly seasoned tenderloin fillets. So grab the tickets, get that Bojangles tailgate special, and go. It's Bo time.
Are you trapped in a high-rate mortgage, watching your hard-earned money vanish every month? Stop. Right now at Loan Pronto, they are delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Hey, it's Dennis Cox. Loan Pronto's rate reduction home loan program is a streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. Lock in a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR and close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. And here's the kicker. You can skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Don't wait. Rates this low won't last. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no-obligation quote. Loan Pronto is amazing. Imagine lower payments, more money in your pocket, and a fresh start with a better mortgage. Call 919-381-1760 or visit loanpronto.com to lock in your new low rate and skip those next 2 payments. Don't let the high rates hold you back. Call 919-381-1760 or go to loanpronto.com right now. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99. And we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale. Now at AutoZone until September 22nd. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
This is Adam Gold.
The American Cornhole League. I don't know if you can wager on it. I mean, just go to FanDuel and find out if you can wager on it.
I think I read you can get a scholarship. Kids in high school can actually get scholarships for cornholing. Who knows? I don't know what the technical term is.
I'm just not going to say anything.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. That's fine. I got no problem with it. You know
it's
that.
on purpose. Oh, yeah.
I have no problem with it. I am Adam Gold. It's the Adam Gold Show. Victoria producing the program. No sense waiting. Friend, confidant, star of NFL Network, Bridget Condon joins us on the Adam Gold Show. I thought about you the other day in this regard. We were driving somewhere with my son who just turned 17 yesterday. And he's been playing all sorts of his music in the car because that's what kids do. And his playlist has changed, Bridget. He is now playing Taylor Swift to me.
Wow.
Yeah. Big time. Big time.
A lot of thoughts here. What an intro. Incredible. Spice up your life. Pumpkin spice season. Love it. Number 2, I love your son. Happy birthday to him.
Yeah.
And I hope that what's his favorite T Swift songs? What you getting on rotation?
Blank Spaces, I think, is the first one.
Just Blank Space.
Blank Space. I apologize.
Yes. No, it's okay.
Now Victoria's in there choking. Victoria's in there choking because I don't know the titles to any of the songs.
It's okay.
That's right. I'm like an old man. I appreciate. I'm not a Swiftie.
At least you're appreciative.
Yes.
You know, we're one step in the right direction.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was. All right, so let me ask you this question now before we get to your Chargers. Chargers. Well, I mean, you've sort of been covering them for a while. So,
I know.
Is Travis Kelce busy with wedding planning?
Oh.
And so now can't hold on to the football?
You know, I really wonder how this is going to impact their relationship because, when you're in the honeymoon phase of a relationship, the first year, the first 2 years, it's like, oh my God, you get home, you're making out. It's like, I love you, can't get enough of you. And then reality sinks in and it's like, okay, life is hard. Are you going to make my life better or worse? Travis Kelce has been in fantasy land for this entire relationship. He starts the season 0-2.
Yeah.
When's the last time the Chiefs started the 0-2?
I can't
Patrick
remember.
Mahomes wasn't there. So, I mean, how's the relationship? I'm a little worried. I need them to start winning because we can't have this relationship fall apart before we get the royal wedding.
That is true.
I don't know what the issue is, but if anybody can get his mind right, it's Taylor Swift. So give him a week. I mean, he went through a lot. And dare I say it's not all his fault. I know that one drop was really bad.
That was bad,
yeah. But I'm not throwing in the towel yet.
You have faith in the kids. That's very good. Bridget Condon, NFL Network, is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. All right, let's get to what we're seeing from the Chargers, who we lose all of it in the goofiness of Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
He was goofy with the 49ers. He was goofy with Stanford. He was goofy with Michigan. You know, he slept over at a recruit's house when he got to Michigan. I mean, he left them in trouble, but regardless, they won a national championship. They'll deal with it. But he is an elite head football coach who's got a plan. It looks like the Chargers are really well on their way to executing that plan.
And you know what's so funny when we think about this plan, and I believe I was on here a couple of months ago talking about how Jim Harbaugh is going to run the football. They're built to run the football. They drafted Joe All in the first round. How about Quentin Johnston?
Yeah.
And the way that Justin Herbert is throwing the ball down the field. That has shocked me and impressed me, honestly, about this Chargers team. You know, with Najee Harris, the situation that he dealt with this summer, wasn't able to practice. I think that kind of set back not just the run game, but also Amari and Hampton, right? You bring a guy like Najee in there to help the rookie. So maybe that's why we're not seeing so much success with the run game yet. But for Quentin Johnston, who is an incredible guy, I've talked to him I've really gotten to know him the past couple of seasons, and he is very big on mental health and like how that first season when he had all those drops really rocked him. But he has found a way to like stay level-headed, and it's because Jim Harbaugh believes in him and keeps telling him, man, you're a good receiver. You're a good receiver. And it's paying off finally. But it's also like what happened last night. I'm like, of course the Chargers are dealing with a massive injury. I mean, is there something? What's in the water? Like, it feels like no matter how good this team is, they just are always missing a key piece. I mean, Rashawn Slater at the beginning of the season, and then now Khalil Mack. Yeah. Which, God,
that looked bad.
You root for players, and I root for a guy like Khalil Mack because he is the nicest human that you'll ever meet. And the one positive, though, is their defense still looked good without him. Derwin James. I mean, he looks, as Jim Harbaugh put it, the best safety in the NFL in history. So
that sounds like a Jim Harbaugh thing because he does do that. So look, Bridget Condon is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. But I know they haven't been super successful running the football, but he's not going to give up on it. So he has a philosophy. I think his philosophy is sound. And
he's a good football coach. He might be a weirdo, but he's not a weirdo. But you know what I mean.
He is. He's a total weirdo. But he is. Some people have a genius about them, and he definitely does. I want to ask you about we're back to complaining about the brotherly shove.
Why? Me and my husband were actually in a little tip about this on Sunday.
Is your husband, who I know is a Washington fan, is he anti-tush push?
What do you think?
He's anti-tush push.
Of course, he's anti-tush push.
Why is he anti-tush push?
Twice a year. He says you shouldn't be allowed to be behind the quarterback and push him. I'm like, why?
No, I agree with that.
My thing.
But
this is my thing.
Okay.
If every team can do it, meaning they're allowed to do it, why isn't it allowed? I mean, it is allowed, but like, what's the problem? You could do it too.
Right. No, because it's not banned, I have zero problem with it. But if we want to get it banned, and you can tell Landis, here's the reason to ban it. If I can't pull you, then I shouldn't be allowed to push you.
That's a good argument.
So, I mean, if you can't get the yards under your own power, then we shouldn't do it. Otherwise, we could just pick guys up and carry them and run with them. Which would
Can you imagine that?
You know what? You probably could do that in the National Football League right now. I wait for Nick Sirianni to employ that in the game plan. But that to me is the way. Is if we're going to ban it, it ain't about player safety because the entire game is inherently unsafe.
Yeah, it's not about that.
So.
I don't know. I think it's fun, but people hate it.
Oh, man.
Where do you stand on it?
It doesn't bother me one way or the other. I just think that if you but my point is you can't pull a guy. You shouldn't be able to push a guy. I mean, it should be you know, my player versus your player, not my player with guys behind me pushing. Also, the Eagles are kind of illegal in how they do it because the center's over the football as opposed to having the football in front of him, and they were offside a couple of times. But that's all right. But the officials are there.
My thing is, it's not like you're talking about the Panthers doing it and making them a great team when they're not. Like, you're talking about the Eagles, who would probably get the yard regardless.
They might, although they needed 2 tries to get it against the Chiefs on Sunday. I was hoping to go through however long our conversation is without bringing up the Panthers because they're so bad.
It's just like, what the heck? Like, when we were watching Red Zone on Sunday, I'm sorry to say this, but the Panthers got so much airtime, and I was like, okay, I'm done with this game. The last 2 minutes of that game, what was going on? There was a flag every 2 seconds.
Every play.
They were giving them an opportunity to win the game. It's just the Panthers. My problem with the Panthers is they have not been good since they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Before I even came to Raleigh, I've wanted them to be good for so long because there's so many people that I know around that organization, great people, and it's just, what are we doing?
They're no good. The last time they were good was actually the 2018 season.
Is that when Cam Newton got hurt?
Yeah, they were 6-2 going to Thursday night in Pittsburgh, and T.J. Watt blew up his shoulder, and that was that. That was the end of it.
Yep.
They have not been even competent, since then, and unfortunately, it looks like they're almost getting worse. I realize it's just 2 games in, but it's been a terrible start. So we don't have to talk about it.
When can you fire Dave Canales?
After the season. I think
after the season.
Yeah.
You don't think there's a mid-season firing?
No, I think David Tepper is too aware of how people view him, and
you think he's grown?
Yeah, so
as an owner.
No, but I think he doesn't want people to attack him. It's not like they're going to get better. It's other sports. You can fire a coach, and all of a sudden your team plays better. Yeah. I just do not see that happening in the
personnel.
NFL.
It's not his fault.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
They have, unfortunately,
Who's Bryce Young throwing to?
Tetero McMillan is legit. He's going to be.
That's their first rounder?
Yes. He is great. Xavier Leggett, last year's first rounder, is not great.
But he is a great soundbite.
Oh, he's tremendous. He
eats coon, right?
I love his personality. He's just not very good at actually being a wide receiver in the NFL at this point, which is really what they hired him to do.
Okay, I feel bad. You didn't want to talk about the Panthers, and I just derailed your whole show.
There we are, right down that road. One more time. The Tom Brady is. Do you have a problem with Brady in the owner's booth with headsets on?
I just saw that the league just sent out a memo saying there's no policies that prohibit an owner from sitting in the coach's booth or wearing a headset during the game. Brady was sitting in the booth in his capacity as a limited partner. Here's the thing. As a broadcaster, he just did the Commanders game, right?
Yeah.
And then the Raiders play the Commanders next week. Is there a conflict of interest there? I'm just putting all the facts on the table. I'm not going to make an opinion one way or another. You let me know if there's a conflict of interest. And if I'm the Commanders, I'm kind of like, I just let you in my room for the one-on-one meeting with the coaches and stuff talking about – here's the thing. I don't know what they talk about in those meetings. How much scheme are they giving him? I don't know.
I just think that if Dan Quinn, for instance, the head coach of the Commanders, if he believes that he doesn't want to divulge anything to Tom Brady, he is under zero obligation to do so. That's fine. Yeah. I think.
But here's the other thing. Okay. How busy does this guy need to be? Save some money for the rest of us. You're already a millionaire.
Yes.
You're now a minority. You're on the A team. It's just the rich keep getting richer.
Wait a second.
Greg Olsen was fine.
Greg Olsen was amazing.
Incredible.
Tom is actually very good.
I know he is, but like, can you pick one thing to put your energy in? I mean, I guess not. That's why he's a superstar, right?
He is. Didn't you have a chance meeting with him last year?
I sure did.
Yeah. See,
Yep.
we don't want to push those things aside. Want to make sure that all these things can still happen. For Bridget Condon, who's joining us here on the Adam Gold Show.
Maybe I'll be a minority owner of the Panthers. Just let me get some money first.
We're rooting for you. So let me ask you this: the Eagles, I think a lot of people believe, are the best team right now in the game, or are they better than the Green Bay Packers?
Oh wow. Yes, I will say that they are better than the Green Bay Packers. You want to know why?
Yes.
Because the experience in December and January is a real thing. Health, for sure, late in the season, totally can take a really good team away. But teams that have been there, have won the big games, have done it. I really believe that's why we haven't seen Lamar Jackson and the Ravens have success late in the postseason, because for whatever reason, they haven't got over that hump. And as much as people say that's not in the back of your head, I think it's like the Chiefs. The talent is less than other rosters, but they've done it. They walk in there with a different kind of confidence, and I think Green Bay doesn't have that yet. Remember that game, though, that they almost beat the 49ers? They would have gone to the NFC Championship. I think they would have beat the Lions and gone on to the Super Bowl that year.
I think they're awesome.
Beside the point. I think they're great. But they don't have that yet. I mean, the Eagles just won a Super Bowl. You can't tell me that with all their talent, they don't have a little edge over the Packers.
It all matters. And they are all about running it back again and again, and they don't really care what the bill looks like down the road in terms of salary cap hell, because they're going to be in it at some point. But they are trying to win and win and win. As we say goodbye to Bridget Condon, NFL Network, I know you're a pumpkin spice person, which, it is what it is. How does Landis feel about pumpkin spice? And is he familiar with pumpkin spice dude wipes, which I saw yesterday in the store or Sunday in the store?
Stop it.
No, it's a real thing, and it grossed me out.
That grosses me out. He's not a pumpkin spice person.
Oh, man, I love Landis.
Yeah, I know. That grosses me out because, one, why do you need your butt to smell like pumpkin spice? Who's getting near you that is going to smell your butt? That's disgusting. Two, that would sting.
It would sting?
I mean, anything but toilet paper or regular wet. Can you imagine putting spice in your butt? I hope nobody is hearing me in the newsroom right now. They're going to be like, you're doing what? What are you doing on your break?
All right. Best to Ava, tell Landis he and I are vibing on the anti-pumpkin spice deal. Love you too.
We didn't even get to talk about Bill next time.
Next time. I'll call you soon.
I wonder if he buys pumpkin spice dude wipes.
Oh, I'm sure Jordan's got him by the case.
That's what. Yeah, you know what? She probably does want it to smell like pumpkin spice.
All right.
All right. With that, I'm going to leave.
Thank you, Bridget Condon, NFL Network. I'm going to cry.
I love her.
I'm going to cry. That's so good. All right.
Yeah.
I need a rest. We'll come back. We're going to what are we doing? One-timers. Whew, next.
Talking sports, dropping truth. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from our friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, and we've got stuff for you. Look, I know we have a couple of days without the National Football League and college football, but we can still have some fun. And new customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win that bet. Now, I kind of like Marseille to give Real Madrid a little trouble in the Champions League. Very distracting for Real playing on the French Riviera. You can build parlays, bet player props, anything you want. FanDuel.com/AGS. FanDuel.com/AGS. Download the FanDuel app today. Get started today. Champions League football is back. We are fired up at FanDuel. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
You've only got so many weekends. Spend one doing something nobody saw coming. Is it a party, a festival, a race? It's all of that, and all at once. Concerts, tailgating, unbelievable action, 100 reasons to say this is actually awesome. It's fast, it's wild. It's the cutoff race in NASCAR's playoffs, the Wild Card Weekend. The Bank of America Roval 400, Sunday, October 5th. Get tickets at charlottemotorspeedway.com.
Adventure affordably with a membership to the North Carolina Zoo and Botanical Gardens, open year-round. Your membership purchase helps save wildlife and wild places, plus activates valuable perks such as guided tour and gift shop discounts and access to member-only events and picnic areas. Best of all, your North Carolina Zoo membership is recognized by over 150 zoos and aquariums nationwide, so you can take your savings on the road. Learn more about this unique investment at nczoo.org.
Turning 65 soon, navigating Medicare can be overwhelming and confusing, but you're not alone. The NC Department of Insurance SHIP program can help. SHIP counselors can help you understand Medicare benefits to make your best choices. Visit ncship.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212. SHIP provides free, unbiased help in all 100 counties.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
For North Carolina high school seniors, the countdown to college is on. And at CFNC, we've got all the resources and information needed to get you on campus next year. Take College Application Week, for example. Did you know you can apply for free at many North Carolina colleges from October 20th through October 26th? Sure can. Don't miss the opportunity to save some money applying to college. And for more help, visit cfnc.org/C2C.
The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services is looking for people age 21 or older to volunteer in long-term care facilities. Community Advisory Committee volunteers help residents and their families advocate for the needs of individuals living in long-term care facilities, such as nursing homes, assisted living facilities, and family care homes. Volunteers must complete orientation and training to become designated and certified representatives of the Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. Visit ncdhhs.gov/contact-NC to find your county's ombudsman.
This is Adam Gold.
So Mike Vrabel, the coach of the New England Patriots, they asked him about birthday cake, and he said there was only one cake qualified for his birthday cake.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to guess what that is?
Is it vanilla?
No.
Oh.
Carrot.
I love him even more.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. I needed the full 4 minutes to get back to normal.
We left on a note.
Woo!
Yeah, there was a note.
Bridget Condon is next level fun.
Right. We talked about that on the phone call. She also has Joe Burrow in her fantasy league,
does she?
And we're both in the same boat.
A lot of quarterbacks got hurt. How about Sean McVay got hurt? The coach of the Rams.
Oh, no.
Torn plantar fascia in his foot. Of course, he can still coach.
Right. Yes. But still.
But his foot hurts.
No one's safe.
My God. We're missing three starting quarterbacks.
Yep.
We didn't get to it. I know Bridget's husband is a Washington fan. Jaden Daniels is out.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad.
Yep.
That is bad. All right. We got tons to do. Next hour, Wes Durham is going to join us. Pumpkin spice will not come up. Let's do one-timers.
Okay. Okay, so starting things off, looking at our YouTube stream, people are welcome to put those there or add us on Twitter. But Harry S. wants to know if Tepper were to get rid of a coach, would it be coordinators or just straight up the head coach?
Well, if David Tepper is involved, it will be the head coach. But here's what I think is likely to happen over the course of this season if Dave Canales is smart. And I think he's smart. I just don't know right now if he's a good coach. Well, I know that he's not. Give Brad Idzik play calling responsibility. If the defense doesn't improve, and I'm not sure you can improve it, then I assume that they will make a coordinator change, which they might have probably should have done last year. Either way, I'm not anti Ejiro Evero. I mean, it's about personnel. They don't have personnel. So they got to get better in terms of the players before you can really blame the coaches, but it certainly doesn't look very good. So I think they'll do those things before Canales is fired.
Well, staying along the Tep lines, this one from Jay. Is there a realistic pathway to getting rid of Tepper as owner? I wish.
No.
There's not.
I mean, he owns the team.
Unless you can find a genie.
Oh, yeah, right. Owners don't get fired.
No.
I mean, the only thing you can find is scandal, which is what happened with the Panthers' last owner.
Jerry.
But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, Jerry Richardson, way better owner than David Tepper.
1,000
Although,
times.
sometimes it just takes time. We'll see. I'm not 100% out on David Tepper, but certainly hasn't gone well.
And last but not least, this one from Jacob. How excited are you that Champions League starts today? Who are your picks to make the final?
Huge! Hugely excited today. All right, well, it's easy to go with PSG or Barcelona. Look out for Chelsea. Chelsea's good.
Making more sports sense than social media trolls. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Last 2 weeks of the big league season. Can the Mets hang on to a playoff spot? Probably not. And that's where we're going today. Padres at Citi Field against the Mets. Just bet against the Mets. Take the over. The bullpen's dreadful. New customers bet $5, get $300 in bonus bets. If you win, Mets don't win games anymore. They'll lose. There you go. Pick a bet $5. If it wins, $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app, and the greatest app ever. FanDuel.com/AdamGold. FanDuel.com/AdamGold. Get started today. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen
Our
report.
state's future begins with our students. That's why the North Carolina Education Lottery has contributed over $12 billion to education. Through scholarships, school construction, support staff, and pre-K programs, lottery dollars move our state forward, helping students become the best versions of themselves. Visit movingncstudentsforward.com and share how your student or school community has benefited for a chance to earn $2,000 for your story. Must be 18 to play. Problem Gambling Helpline 877-718-5543.
Hey girl, haven't seen you downtown lately.
Nope, sticking to our go-to places.
You mean like Sharky's?
Well, we love our Sharky's. Best wings and gumbo on the planet. But we never miss the $5 sangrias on Wednesdays at the new Salt and Lime and Mexican pints on Thursdays for $3.
You know my boy loves the House of Hops. No better selection of craft beer in the state. Loves their specials, their food trucks, and you know I love my wine. They have a wonderful selection.
And have I told you about our new takeout spot, Che Empanadas? It's right next to Sharky's. They have 20 different types of authentic Argentinian empanadas, and they are incredible, especially the breakfast ones. You gotta try it.
Sounds perfect. And how awesome is it that they're so close to each other?
Oh, it's perfect, all right.
Give them a try. Che Empanadas, House of Hops, Salt and Lime, and Sharky's. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from each other off Raleigh Road, Glenwood, and Grove Barton.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Progressive's AutoQuote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you tried online gaming. Who knew 12-year-old boys could be so mean? And where did they learn to swear like that? 2 hours of losing to these underage trash talkers, and you're starting to question if maybe you really should stick to pickleball and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's AutoQuote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Getting hurt in a car wreck comes with all kinds of stress and frustration. But when you call me, I'll be on top of all of it. So all you need to worry about is getting better. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
Bryce again in the gun. Takes the snap. Looking right. Rolling to his right. Throws. Right corner of the end zone. Touchdown catch by Hunter Renfrow. Here's the snap. Young. Looking. Hit. Throws. Near side, Chuba makes the catch and walks into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Second receiving touchdown of the season for Chuba Hubbard. And it is 27-15 with 5:05 to go in the fourth.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Lots to do. Wes Durham's going to join us in about 20 minutes. Voice of the Atlantic Coast Conference. We will talk about the league and where we are through 3 weeks. Huge game, by the way, in Durham coming up on Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock, in which NC State is a 3.5-point underdog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
To 1-2 Duke. I believe that State fans are like, excuse you?
Yep. Interesting.
Point spreads can fool you.
Yeah.
Point spreads can fool you. I saw a line earlier where Miami was only a 3.5-point favorite over Florida in Coral Gables. That line is now, I believe, 7.5.
Wow.
That shot up in a hurry. I don't understand why it was only 3 or 3.5 when I saw it yesterday. I'm like, what is wrong with that? Anyway, lots to do. Tomorrow on the program, the stock market, the NFL stock report. We'll do that tomorrow. And then I've already had a request for what this week's Survivor Pool pick would be, but we don't do that till Thursday.
Right.
The Hobag selection comes Thursday. So we do that then. We're going to do top 5, bottom 5 here in just a few minutes, and then Wes Durham is going to join us in about 20 minutes. See, there was good there for the Panthers. They give you a little bit of hope. Here's the thing. We talked about
steal it away.
Yeah, but we should be smart enough to recognize where that hope came from.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't fall for it.
And I tried to say that. I didn't try. I think I said it after the game on Sunday. Ignore it, because that was entirely a product of Arizona mismanaging the game to such an extent that it actually gave the Panthers a chance to win a game they had no business even being in, let alone winning. And I could argue that the Panthers should have won it. But this is what happens when you're the Panthers.
Yes.
Season
Season after season.
it feels like it's been a long time, doesn't it?
After season. Yeah.
So
it does.
It just feels like it's been a long time. Panthers fans, I know you think you deserve more. Look, there are a lot of fans out there that have been bad for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers have made the playoffs more recently than the Jets have.
True.
Been a minute for the Jets.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just the pits are real deep.
And I agree, the Jets fans don't deserve better. I agree.
Right.
Because they're delusional.
Right.
Completely delusional.
And this season almost looked like it had a little bit of hope, which we'll see how Fields is.
Oh, for the Jets.
Yeah.
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 I
don't know. Maybe Pittsburgh's not that good. So
who knows?
It's going to come up, I'm sure, in top 5, bottom 5. But all right, let's run it back. Panthers fans, do you remember the days, the Baker Mayfield era?
Wasn't that long ago.
Do you remember that?
I do.
Mayfield, man, he's going to be our guy. It's the one thing I said about Baker Mayfield when he came to Carolina. Sometimes you can just tell that a quarterback has an it factor.
Mm-hmm.
And I said at the time, look, I don't know if Baker Mayfield's going to be good, but he carries himself as a number one quarterback. Always has, always will. He has innate confidence in himself. It didn't work here for a lot of reasons. Personnel was trash.
Yeah.
It didn't really work in L.A. either. Of course, he went there. Matthew Stafford was hurt. And now he's in Tampa, and it's working.
Mm-hmm.
And so Baker Mayfield, who in year 2, this is the pandemic year, led the Browns to the playoffs and a pretty thorough thumping of the Steelers in the first round of the playoffs. Ultimately gets shipped out of Cleveland because it wasn't working. And maybe it was the Browns who screwed that up completely. And it just took him a while to regain his footing. Baker Mayfield, he's not an elite quarterback, but you can absolutely win with Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
100% win with Baker Mayfield.
He will drag the team with him.
And there's a confidence about him that is unique. He is fun to watch. The play he made in the fourth quarter, last drive, 4th and 10, to kind of squeeze through the defensive line. Looked like he could have easily gone down, picks up the first down, then completes 5 passes in a row. Then they run it over from the 2, and the Buccaneers win a game. They were probably the better team anyway. Boy, did the Texans do nothing with their opportunities. You block a punt, you don't pick up a first down, you end up kicking a field goal.
Nothing.
And C.J. Stroud definitely did not look good around the goal line. I also thought their play calling was very shaky at the goal line. You get the ball, you're second, and was it 3rd and goal from the 1? Just run it twice.
Yeah.
Just run it twice.
Why are we trying to throw it?
So, you get cute. The Chargers are now 2-0. The philosophy of Jim Harbaugh, which has always been, we are going to run the football. Whether we're good at it or not, we're going to run the football. He did it at Stanford. He did it with the 49ers. He did it at Michigan. He will do it with the Chargers. He is an elite head coach, gets the most out of his team. They're going to be a problem. They will be a problem for the AFC West. They beat the Raiders last night. Geno Smith threw 3 interceptions. None of it looked great for Vegas, but it looked good for the Chargers. Dan Orlovsky from ESPN on Justin Herbert.
There's a philosophy change in that organization right now that Justin Herbert's the best player on the field every time that the Chargers play, and they're going to put the ball in his hands. And I think you're seeing some of the roster building take shape and show itself. They put him under center on early downs. They go hard ball, play action, and they try to take shots down the field, and it's paying off for them, and he's making really good decisions. And then there's a Keenan Allen or a Ladd McConkey. The health, the playmaking that he's had with his legs have been a really big deal, and so they're protecting him. He's got pockets to throw out to for days, and the perimeter players are playing really well. So it feels different when it comes to the offensive side of the football in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they're running the football. They're not relying on Justin Herbert to be a hero, right? This is the philosophy of Jim Harbaugh. All right, Wes Durham's going to join us in about 10 or so minutes. We have time to do the best and the worst through 2 weeks in the NFL. Top 5, bottom 5. As always, Victoria will tell me if she wants to hear the best or the worst first. What do you want?
Okay, so I think I did the worst first last time, so let's switch it up.
All
Best.
Right. Best. We'll start with number 5. Who cares how many players are hurt for San Francisco? Apparently they can win anywhere. They went to New Orleans, which still counts, right? And got a win, 26-21. Mac Jones looked pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So Brock Purdy, one of, 4 starting quarterbacks out?
I know.
Jaden Daniels hurt, J.J. McCarthy hurt, Joe Burrow's hurt.
He might have to be my new starting quarterback.
Ooh.
I know, there's not a lot of pickings in my on the waivers.
Yeah. So San Francisco, number 5. Number 4. So much for me doubting the Buffalo Bills, who absolutely curb stomped the Jets in New Jersey. Final score was 30-10. Josh Allen got bloodied. He had gauze sticking out of his nose, blood dripping. But, boy, James Cook was awesome. They ran the ball. Mitch Trubisky came in at one point because Josh was getting, sopped up on the sideline, and Trubisky just threw a go route down the outside, and boom, the Bills had a big gain. Buffalo, number 4, 2-0. Baltimore, I still think is better than Buffalo, ultimately. 1-1. That was unfair to Cleveland to bring them to Baltimore and then rub in their faces the fact that you took their team. Don't celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Ravens by bringing in the team that you took. That's terrible. Anyway, number 3. Number 2, I still think that while the Eagles are awesome, I still don't think they're the best team. I got the Eagles at number 2. They did beat the Chiefs. Chiefs contributed to that. Eagles are very good, no doubt about it. They're great. Eagles, by the way, will be at home to the Rams next. Number 1, I think the Packers are the best team, and they are at Cleveland next week, and their defense is balling. They shut down the Commanders last week. All right, now for the worst teams in the NFL. At number 28, Cleveland. Joe Flacco is your quarterback.
Yeah.
How long until he breaks a hip or something?
I know.
Right?
He was supposed to be a quick Band-Aid 3 seasons ago. That Band-Aid's got lint on it. It's half hanging off, half hanging on.
Yeah. It should be, it should come off in the shower by now.
Yeah, you'd think.
It is amazing to me that Joe Flacco is a starting quarterback in the NFL. Amazing to me. Anyway, they are home to Green Bay this week. Number 29, Chicago has that optimism.
Right.
Has that optimism going.
As much as we've tried to help them be successful, we being the Panthers.
And they put 21 points on the board, but apparently the Lions just wanted to remind Ben Johnson that it wasn't all about you.
No.
It was about these dudes. Detroit is still that team. And maybe Chicago will get it, and Ben Johnson will be a fine head coach. I'm not in any way taking a shot at Ben Johnson. But the Lions took out some frustration on Chicago. Detroit loses their home opener in Green Bay and absolutely throttles the Bears. Chicago is home to Dallas next week. That game's probably sneaky interesting. Number 30, the New Orleans Saints. Gosh, I thought they were the worst team in the league. But no, 0-2, they lost. I just wrote down they lost to Arizona. They lost to San Francisco, 26-21. New Orleans is at Seattle next week. Think about that for Thursday. That's coming. Number 31, not the worst team.
Okay, that's winning, sort of.
Carolina Panthers are 0-2.
Oh, boy.
We know what happened. They lost. They host the Atlanta Falcons, who will run for 247 yards.
Yes.
On Sunday.
Yep, pretty much, but with two guys. Probably two guys doing it all by themselves.
Well, they will. Mm-hmm. I mean, they have that 1-2 punch.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Wes Durham is going to join us in about a little less than 10 minutes. He's also the voice of the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
So he's familiar with the way that offense can operate. Bijan Robinson is awesome.
Yep.
But they've got other weapons, too.
They do.
They have not been great through the air, and they had a hard time scoring touchdowns until Minnesota gave the touchdown up intentionally to get the ball back.
Which J.J. McCarthy's actually hurt, too.
Yes.
He's injured. So add that to the list.
Yeah. Michael Penix is healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And number 32. Do you know it took until the second half of the second game of the season for the Miami Dolphins defense to force a punt?
Wow.
Or force a turnover? Literally, the Colts, who played the Dolphins in week 1, had 7 possessions and scored 7 times. And then New England had 3 first-half possessions and scored 3 times.
Yikes.
And then got the ball back a 4th time, but just took a knee to end the half. It was their first possession of the 3rd quarter when finally the Dolphins had a 3rd down sack and forced a punt.
Not good.
Miami's bad. I want the Dolphins and the Panthers to play.
Ooh, what a gross football game.
Did they match up? I don't think they played this year.
No.
That's too bad. Wes Durham's going to join us on the other side. Maybe we'll get a little Falcon insight because it is Falcons Panthers week. But also, he used to be the voice of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I think that team looks real. We'll talk about the ACC and some NFL next.
Questioning goalie interference calls since day one. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
It's time for our 1 o'clock keyword in our Sin City Skateaway, sponsored by Park MGM Las Vegas, Atlantic Spas and Billiards, Hot Tub and Sauna Expo, Buffalo Brothers, and Newcomb & Company. This hour's word is spade. Text SPADE to 919-860-5326 for your chance to win a trip for 2 to Las Vegas and see Carolina play hockey against the Las Vegas Golden Knights next month. Again, this hour's word is spade. Good luck from 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle sports leader.
Maybe you're a little sleepy like me today from staying up way too late to watch that doubleheader for Monday Night Football, which also means it's probably a good idea to be extra careful on the roadways today. I'm Victoria Vodnecker here for Law Tigers, and not only does it look like it's potentially going to be a rainy day, but a bunch of sleepy people on the roads can make it that much more important to be constantly aware of your surroundings. And this is extra important if you're on your motorcycle. Accidents can happen at any time, but if you are ever in a wreck while on your motorcycle, don't call your insurance company, call Law Tigers first. The insurance company only wants to pay you the least amount possible, but at Law Tigers, they're riders too. They're just like us, so they know what it's like to go through an accident. They know the value of your bike, your gear, and the investment that you've made. Case evaluations are always free, and you're not going to pay a dime until your case is settled. Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS, North Carolina's motorcycle lawyers. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers Tigers is not a law firm.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code QUICK to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code QUICK for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code QUICK for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Struggling with high interest debt? You can pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Dennis Cox. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated the kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Loan Pronto, instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is A+ rated by the BBB and have nearly 2,500 five-star Google reviews. Their service is off the charts. Call now to start the conversation. 919-381-1760, loanpronto.com. 919-381-1760. Get debt relief now. Loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender. NMLS 166171 on approved credit. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
What? New scratch-offs are out? That means new chances to become a North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club member.
Yeah, in the Winners Club, I'll reinvent myself. I won't go by just plain Todd. I'll go by Toddrick. I'll get a gold jacket, play my saxophone again. I'll stop and smell the flowers, call my mom more.
Ugh, wrap it up, Todd.
It's Toddrick.
This month's scratch-offs pack over $78 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.76 to 4.98. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
This is Adam Gold.
You know, soap attracts dirt, right? That's what soap does. It attracts dirt. Right now, Bill Belichick is soap. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's soap.
Yeah.
He's attracting all this dirt.
Or he's like an overripe banana and it's attracting all these gnats.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria on the ones and twos. The voice of the ACC, Wes Durham, will join us in just a couple minutes. It's also the voice of the Atlanta Falcons, formerly the voice of Georgia Tech, formerly the voice of Vanderbilt. Gosh, they're good too. Wes Durham leaving a wake of success behind him. But we'll dig into all of that. So, our friends at Front Office Sports, we talk to Amanda Kristovich a lot, are having this like a conference in New York about sports and sports broadcasting and media and business and all that. They're getting to they have Jimmy Pitaro of ESPN, and he says that they are negotiating right now and trying to have a comprehensive red zone channel that would encompass the games that ESPN has no rights to. So ESPN does not have rights to show any Big Ten football unless they're playing on the field of an ACC team. You can't do a red zone without rights to all the games, at least rights to show the highlights of all the games. That would be, for a lot of people, a game changer. There's so many college football games going on at the same time. 14 channels, not to mention all the streaming. It's just hard to watch it all. It might be better than the NFL Red Zone, although I'm not an NFL Red Zone person. I prefer to simply dig in and listen to Wes Durham, who joins us on the Adam Gold Show. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Your Falcons pulled one out. That was good.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice win. Surprising win in some respects, but at the same time, too, the adjustments from week 1 to week 2, they ran the ball significantly better than they did against Tampa. I think we're starting to see that Tampa might be probably one of those teams we're going to have to think of in the circle with 3 or 4 others, right, as a potential team to contend probably for the Super Bowl. I think they're pretty good, and they showed it again last night. You got to respect the team that wins in the final seconds of their second game after, winning by a missed field goal and a late score in their first game. So they're finding a way early. Mayfield is a better player than he was in Cleveland and certainly than he was in Carolina. It's interesting how the fit sometimes takes shape. You and I saw it when we were kids with Jim Plunkett in Oakland or Vegas, I guess, or L.A. or wherever it was they were playing at the time. So I'm kind of interested to see what Sunday is for Atlanta, just based on what last Monday night was for sure, or Sunday night was for sure.
I believe Plunkett won Super Bowls with both the Oakland and Los Angeles Raiders.
I think you're right.
Right?
I think, they beat the East.
Right.
Oakland, when they beat the Washington team, they were in L.A., right?
Yes, and they just had to hand the ball to Marcus Allen, and that would work just about every time. Wes Durham, real quick, because it is Panthers-Falcons week. If Atlanta doesn't run the ball for 250 yards on Carolina, it's just by choice, no?
Yeah, you can look at it that way. I mean, and we play these games out on paper before we ever play them in person, right? You can look at it that way, but I also know that Carolina, especially when Derek Brown's been healthy, has been a handful for Atlanta. Just every time, Adam. I mean, it's nonstop. And Derek Brown's from Atlanta, and it's all the things that, and now Atlanta's counted because they got 2 really good defensive stars who are from the Charlotte area, and James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker. So, I mean, but Atlanta has. I mean, there have been times in the series, and I've been blessed to do this is 22 years doing the Falcons for me, and I actually went to the Panthers' very first game in Atlanta in 1995. At the Georgia Dome against the Falcons. But there have been times in the series where Atlanta has been able to run the ball on Carolina in different variations of Falcon and Panther games. But here recently it's been difficult. And last year in the final game of the regular season, Carolina arguably played one of its best offensive games of the year.
Yep.
So the thing that I'm caution of is they've lost to 2 teams on the road. They finally come home. The thing that I would be a little bit of a red flag with if I'm Dave Canales and that front office with Dan Morgan is the injuries in the offensive line. The thing with me about looking at Carolina on tape and on paper is that I think Bryce Young can find rhythm quicker than most, but can he do it after the injuries in the offensive line would be my overriding thought on him. Defensively, though, I think Atlanta will have their hands full. I think Carolina is a different defense this year, even with Brown's return from injury, but I still think they're going to be a handful for the Falcons on Sunday because we're in Charlotte. It's the home opener, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, well, the Panthers need to feel good because it's been pretty dreadful through 2 weeks. I don't know how that compares to how things are going down at Clemson, South Carolina.
Oh, boy.
Because they were the shiniest object going into the season, I want to start there, but I also want to start with respect for the team that sent them to 1-2, because I'm just not sure that Georgia Tech, and the schedule really lines up well if that matters. I'm not sure Georgia Tech isn't really good, and I know Clemson is 1-2. I actually thought we saw better signs in the second half on Saturday than we did in the second half of the Troy game, which Clemson won. So, what are your thoughts on that whole dynamic?
I think that, let's take Clemson first. I think Clemson has to take care of Clemson here. As much as it has to be about who they're playing, Syracuse on Saturday in this particular case, right? I think it has to be about Clemson. I think Clemson has to decide what Clemson's going to be. And they've got to get together because the thing that I see is, they got 2 of the best defensive players in the country on the defensive line.
Right.
Just flat out, 2 of the best. 2 guys that are going to be drafted before we get to 15 picks next April. And yet Georgia Tech owned them offensively the other day. Now, they got big plays in the vertical game. And look, the quarterback has not played great, but this ain't all about the quarterback, okay? They have no explosiveness in the run game.
Right.
Period. End of sentence. They've had one big run by Adam Randall against Troy, and they had a vertical play the other day with Wesco in the throw game. But for some reason or another, whatever Garrett Riley's trying to do, and don't ask me why this hasn't worked, because I thought it was a hand-in-glove fit. Clemson has not had explosiveness on a regular schedule offensively now for about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And that's just as simple as I can put it. And I'm not – and this is, is it a combination of things? Probably. It's not any one thing that's altering Clemson. Look, do I think that Wes Goodwin probably was in the deep end of the pool when he became the defensive coordinator and they took on a lot of water defensively and they had to make some changes? Yes. Do I think that Tom Allen's a good hire? Yes. I mean, look, Georgia Tech can explode on anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, offensively because of Buster and the way they do their system. But for me, Clemson didn't lose that game because of defense the other day. Clemson lost that game because part and parcel, they're not explosive enough offensively.
I know
It's just as simple as it gets, I think.
Yeah, Wes Durham is joining us here in the Adam Gold Show. And I know it's not all about the quarterback, but the quarterback isn't able to take advantage of the things. And a lot of it's the offensive line, and they don't have a great running game. But I go back, and I was never – after his freshman year, I thought Trevor Lawrence just kind of plateaued, right? But in year 3, they created a running game using him. And it even though they didn't have a dynamic playmaker on the outside anymore, they were still able to get to, the end of the season with a chance to win it all. Of course, they didn't do that. I don't believe that this Clemson team is either good enough on the offensive line or at running back or at quarterback to take advantage of great wide receivers. And you throw in the fact that Georgia Tech was so good offensively matching up against Clemson's defense. Clemson's schedule is not easy the rest of the way. They're out of it unless they run the table, and I just don't see them doing that.
Well, because of who they have to play.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, if you were doing, if you're putting together, like Clemson's fallen out of the top 25, right?
Yeah.
And when you look at the top 25, there are 3 schools right there that are ahead of them, including Georgia Tech at 16. Florida State and Miami are ahead of Georgia Tech. So you got 3 schools in the top 25. And those 3 schools are all capable of being in Charlotte. Georgia Tech, as you mentioned earlier, has a friendlier path perhaps than Miami and Florida State, who play each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's early October, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, so for me, I look at what these games potentially could be on the hoof here. And the ACC, now the responsibility is who else is going to be with these 3. And, we had, I'll give you an example. I wouldn't rule out Cal at this point.
Yeah, Cal's schedule is very easy, and they're 3-0. Right.
and people, here's the thing. I know it's not comfortable. I know for sure it's not traditional, but you better learn to say Jaron Kiave Sangapuatele.
That's beautiful.
Because he is really good. And Justin Wilcox is a terrific football coach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tom Luganbill, I know you have Lugs on in the past.
Yeah.
Tom Luganbill last year thought that Cal's stresses and struggles offensively and defensively last year were a result of just a downturn of some of the things that occurred on the back end of the destruction of the Pac-12. And I don't disagree, because this guy lost 7 running backs in the spring.
Yeah.
Not 2. He lost 7. And they have found a way to run the ball, and they sling it with this left-hander who, he looks like, when you meet him, he looks like his mom dropped him off. and to be honest with you, he's a gamer. Here's the other thing, too. That's not the only story developing. I'm going to see one Saturday night that's developing. I think Virginia, even though they lost at NC State, Virginia is interesting. Their offensive numbers are like 2.5 times Tony Elliott's best team in his previous 3-4 years. I mean, their offensive numbers are unbelievable. Now, they played NC State, they played Coastal Carolina, and they had a 9-man advantage against William & Mary on Saturday, okay?
Right.
Adam, think about the storylines that are developing here. We got stories that are coming online here. And it wasn't a great weekend for the league as a whole, but I'm still looking at a couple different teams thinking to myself, okay, who's going to get in the boat here? Who's going to be the flyer from that? Remember, we talked about this, I think, in Charlotte in July. Who's going to be the flyer from what we thought the second division of the ACC would be into the race? And look, there's still teams who've had some struggles here that can rebound and build back. That's why Saturday afternoon at Wallace Wade Stadium is so big.
Yes, it is. I was going to ask you about that because the Wolfpack, who are 3-0, I'm not entirely sure how good any of their wins are. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because they were, the second half of the last two, Virginia and then Wake Forest, were elite defensively. And their offense looks like it is uncontainable. Bailey is playing at a high level. They got tons of weapons. Haven't even really unlocked Justin Jolie yet. I like Duke a lot. I'm stunned that Duke is a field goal and a half favorite at home. But, man, the Wolfpack look like they can win a bunch of Big 12-style games.
Yeah, and that's today's credit. DJ Elliott has come in and done a very nice job, right? Now, they gave away, 4 explosives against Virginia, maybe 2 against East Carolina, and the kick return and another long pass play the other night.
Yeah.
Okay? Outside of that, they've been able to kind of keep them in front and, oh, by the way, create some turnovers along the way. Here's the other thing. Bailey's not only playing at a high level, Smothers is in a two-way game with everybody.
Yep.
He's a runner and he's a catcher. And to me, I agree with you about Jolie because I think Jolie's getting ready to take off. He is a matchup nightmare for anybody who jumps into a three-man front. Because if you're a defensive coordinator, you have to decide if you're in a three-man front, and most teams are playing three-man fronts right now. They're either playing, you're getting teams that are playing 3-4-4, 3-2-5, whatever the case may be, right? 3-3-6, whatever it is, 3-3-5, I guess. And you get those three-man fronts, well, then you have to declare whether you're going to make safety, corner, linebacker on Jolie. Well, he's going to beat a linebacker, and he's bigger than the safety. So for me, I'm really interested to see kind of how the football analytics work on Jolie here in the next couple of weeks, especially against Duke, who's got a good safety and good linebackers. So we'll see where this goes. But does that open the gate for Smothers to be more of a factor in the run game? Second part of it is Bailey's really good. I mean, really, really, really good. And he is – and there are a lot of people – Kurt Roper deserves a ton of credit for that. Dave's did just a beautiful job of getting that kid to a platform and put him in the good hands of a guy who can make him a much better football player as he goes forward.
I absolutely love watching Bailey play. His decision-making, to me, light years better than it was a year ago. Of course, as a true freshman, I expect that, but it's good to see how solid he has become in that regard. Man, they are really, really good, and it just seems like they have a different receiver every game. We went from Teddy Hoffman in week 1. Now we had, number 8, whatever number 8 is, who had the best 3-catch game I've ever seen. They screwed him of a catch down the left.
That's the kid from Grimsley. Yeah,
they screwed him of a catch down the left side. He was in bounds. I don't even understand what they were doing. Give the kid the catch. Miami, I didn't think we would be here in week 4, but Mario Cristobal, all eyes pointing on you. All eyes looking at you.
Yes, they are.
They're good.
Yes, they are. They are good. And here's the thing. They've got the best combination of offensive and defensive line in the league.
Yeah.
It's over. I mean, there's nobody else as good as they are. I think they have – the early returns on Carson Beck have been very positive in a lot of ways. I think leadership is just one of the many things that he's brought to the table there. And his maturity level coming from Athens to Coral Gables. Now, people see, and here's the other thing, too. We twist a kid into being who we see on social media sometimes and all the things going on and NIL and all that. I found him to be very reflective and much more mature than what I was told I was going to visit with in July.
Right.
And that shows me that kid has grown. And he also knows this is his last chance too, Adam.
Yep.
And I think there's some, there is some finality to that for these kids. So I'm encouraged by Miami, and I think that the Miami-Florida State game will be a hell of a show. And I think, again, that's another school that deserves a lot of credit. They're off to a good start. They've won the one game they had to win. They beat East Texas sideways in a saddle. They're going to play Kent State this week, who you and I could go get 9 out of the parking lot and probably beat. And I just think that's part of the process of Mike Norvell getting to a space where now all of a sudden the road gets real. And when Florida State is behind in the fourth quarter and needs a score, can Castellanos do it then?
Yeah, he's
can
fun.
He be that guy? Can he be that guy? We're gonna find that out, and that will ultimately, I think, determine kind of how Florida State goes the rest of the way.
Real quick, I want to just correct something I said before. It's not next week, or I said in 2 weeks. It's the first Saturday in October, which
October 4th, right?
Is the traditional spot for this game. When I was first getting into the business, the first Saturday in October every year, Miami and Florida State, for me, was the game of the season every single year.
We're here in Tallahassee.
Exact.
Right?
Oh man, you want to do Keith Jackson? I will never forget. Tamarick Vanover taking the opening kickoff back for a touchdown for Florida State. They might have lost that game, but man, every year that was the best game. More pros on the field in that game than there were in any other game all season long. Man, it'd be great to get back to that for the league. And you throw Georgia Tech in. What do you make of Louisville through a few weeks of the season? I know a lot was expected, but I haven't heard a thing about them nationally since, which is fine. But what do you make of them?
I think Miller Moss has not been as sturdy, not steady, as sturdy as I wanted him to be. But it doesn't mean that they haven't, I think, checked the boxes they need to. I think the schedule starts for them like soon. I mean, they are going to have – I feel like Louisville and SMU, and even though Louisville hasn't lost a game, I feel like Louisville and SMU still have to show us some things. And in Louisville's case, it's got to be more than Isaac Brown, okay? It's got to be – you got to kind of show me some things defensively. And for SMU, you're going to have to show me some things defensively. You've got names I'm familiar with, but right now you're not playmaking on that side of the ball in any way, shape, or form like you did a year ago. And Scott Simons is an excellent coach, and he has done a great job to complement Rhett Lashley's offensive prowess, you know. But let's be honest, they were up 2 scores with 8 and change to go against Baylor. Last year, that team dust off Baylor and wins.
Correct.
Saturday, for me, is a very big game for us.
Oh, my gosh. At TCU. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Wes Durham, voice of the Atlantic Coast Conference, the reason the conference turns a profit. I was just looking at Louisville's schedule. It ain't easy. Pitt hasn't been great, but you're there. You're at Miami. You mentioned Virginia certainly can score. They got to deal with Clemson. They're at SMU. They've got Cal. That is a very difficult schedule for Louisville. But the league needs to get some wins.
Well, the loss Pitt took Saturday at Morgantown, we're going to see where Pitt is, because if you look at Pitt's schedule, Pat Narduzzi does not want this season to get away from them. So it's going to be incumbent upon Pitt to get this thing corrected quickly. And the other school that falls in that category, I think, is SMU.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, keep an eye on California, man. California, if they go to Boston College next week, if they win at San Diego State on Saturday, they go to Boston College at 4-0 and have a chance to fly across the country and win a game. And I think they go to Virginia Tech. Is that right later, Adam? I'm not looking at it.
Virginia Tech. That's a bye week.
Wow. No, it's not. Come on.
It's a bye week.
They're going to beat somebody. Adam.
Phil
Montgomery's too good an offensive coach. They're going to beat somebody.
I'll take your word for it.
All right.
They gave up 34. Vanderbilt's obviously good. Gave up 34 unanswered at home to Vanderbilt, and then got curb stomped by Old Dominion.
No, I was there for the Vanderbilt game.
Your old squad.
Yeah, the Commodores now. I want to tell you something. They get another court injunction, Diego Pavia will play there next year.
Well, it's working out so well, already for Clark Lee. Wes Durham, voice of the ACC. I appreciate your time, my friend. I will talk to you soon.
Buddy.
You got it.
Yep, look forward to it. Bye-bye.
Wes Durham here on the Adam Gold Show. When we come back, we got to stretch. We got to place bets. I'm going to give you winners again. And I'm going to make a Champions League, two Champions League corrections that I need to. Next.
Talking sports so you don't have to pretend to know stuff. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Are you taking care of someone on Medicare? Navigating Medicare can be overwhelming. You're not alone. The NC Department of Insurance SHIP program can help you figure out what steps to take and when. SHIP counselors can answer your questions. Visit ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212. SHIP provides free, unbiased help in all 100 counties.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
Voted best zoo in the nation, North Carolina Zoo and Botanical Gardens is centrally located in the heart of North Carolina. Bring your family to Asheboro for an affordable day trip or weekend excursion to connect with nature and make cherished memories. Discover towering giraffes, pouncing sandcats, and diving seabirds at the world's largest natural habitat zoo. Roam with rhinos on Zoofari or flutter by the exotic butterfly garden during your next visit. Explore more possibilities at nczoo.org.
North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
For North Carolina high school seniors, the countdown to college is on. And at CFNC, we've got all the resources and information needed to get you on campus next year. Take College Application Week, for example. Did you know you can apply for free at many North Carolina colleges from October 20th through October 26th? Sure can. Don't miss the opportunity to save some money applying to college. And for more help, visit cfnc.org/C2C.
The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services is looking for people age 21 or older to volunteer in long-term care facilities. Community Advisory Committee volunteers help residents and their families advocate for the needs of individuals living in long-term care facilities, such as nursing homes, assisted living facilities, and family care homes. Volunteers must complete orientation and training to become designated and certified representatives of the Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. Visit ncdhhs.gov/contactnc to find your county's ombudsman.
Did you know? Atlantic hurricane season runs through November. From gathering necessary supplies to planning an evacuation route, now is the time to make sure you and your family are prepared. And if a storm damages our electric system, local public power providers are ready to respond and restore power quickly and safely. As a public power customer, you benefit from having an electricity provider that restores power faster than other providers do. Visit electricities.com for storm preparation tips and resources.
Whether it's helping you work, save, or steer clear from fraud, AARP North Carolina is making sure your money, health, and happiness live as long as you do. Each week, AARP Without Limits meets people and explores topics to help improve how we live and age in North Carolina. You can also learn more about getting the most out of life by listening to AARP Without Limits wherever you listen to your podcasts.
As the health director in Haywood County and a nurse here in North Carolina, I can tell you that the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline saves lives.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available.
988 Lifeline counselors are ready 24/7 to speak with you, help you cope, and get you connected to the support that is right for you.
988, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Call, text, or chat 988 24/7. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
One Adam Gold. One Adam Gold.
Turtle cake? Like, what do we... What?
Isn't that an ice cream?
What? Where's the confetti cake? Because, hello, confetti cake, delicious. With the little, I don't even know if it's real, but the little dots in the icing, like...
None of these are real.
What kind of fake thing that is, but it's delicious. It's my childhood. Like, that wasn't in the top 10. His opinion's invalid to me.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Next hour, our friend Brenden Whitted will be in studio with us. He is a huge Panthers fan. We'll see if there's despair.
Oh. Do you think he's... No. I was going to say, do you think he's as big of a Panther fan as me? But maybe. I don't. He's not bigger, though.
No. Well, you know what? I don't know.
But misery loves company,
I don't
so
know.
he can be if he wants.
He's also a Tar Heels fan, so it certainly has not gone great.
Right. Well,
so far.
We did. He is a Canes fan. We know that. He went to his first hockey game.
In D.C.
Yes.
Was part of the enemy.
Yes.
He was embedded.
But he was wearing a Canes hat, so he was repping us.
Yes, he was. Absolutely. But he'll hang out with us in studio a little bit as well. We can also talk a little hoops because he is one of those. He's a hoop head. All right, right now it's time to stretch.
And I didn't even intend for this, but the 7th inning stretch actually has a hoop story, sort of. Kobe Bryant would have turned 47 August 23rd.
Right.
I did not know this. Makes sense. But Shaquille O'Neal is or was good friends with him, but is really good friends with his family, and he keeps in touch with them, calls his mom and dad when his dad was living.
Sure.
Kobe's dad passed away July of 2024. However, a few years back, Shaq was at their house, just, keeping up with them, catching up, seeing how they're doing. And the parents had actually kept Kobe's old Toyota from when he was in high school.
Interesting.
His car, I know. It's a Toyota Land Cruiser that was parked on their property. So when he went to go visit them to see how they were doing, he saw it and had asked them if it was okay if he took it and refurbished it for them.
Nice.
And brought it back, which he did. And I hate that they don't show pictures, not that people who hear me can see it right now, even though you can see me on YouTube because you can follow us there, but I don't have a picture of it, so I'm curious to see what it looks like. They didn't show any, but the moral of the story is Shaq is a really good dude. Like, I love these good dude stories.
Yeah, I agree.
So, so he just keeps in touch with them, and I just thought it was really cool, like teammates being there for the family. It's, more than a sport for stuff like that. So I just thought that was really cool. And, a Toyota Land Cruiser. Would not have picked that as his high school car, but,
I mean, you never know.
You never know. I mean, nowadays, kids in high school have nice cars. I was driving a Lemon, a hardcore Lemon.
What was your first car?
An Acura Integra, and I loved it
What's wrong
so
with that?
much. Oh, no, there's nothing wrong with it, but everything was wrong with it. Like, it was hit or miss whether anything worked ever.
My first car, no joke, 1975 brown Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
5-speed stick shift. Dashboard was dried out and cracked. I spackled it smooth.
Nice.
And then put sports bumper stickers all over it.
Nice. Yeah.
That was my car, my first car.
Back then, you did like bumper stickers. Not now, though.
Not on the outside of the car.
No.
I had them on the inside of the car.
Yeah, exactly.
To cover up the spackle.
And no pumpkin spice air fresheners
we
either.
didn't even have that.
I know.
Times were simpler.
I know. And this next one real fast. So Tony Romo, some people have their opinions about Tony Romo. Well, Jessica Simpson has an opinion of Tony Romo. If you remember, they dated back in 2007 to 2009.
They were a thing.
I did not know this. He's kind of the opposite of Shaq because Jessica had bought Tony a boat for $100,000.
Well, I mean,
Well, when you're rich, I guess that's nothing. But she had bought him a boat for his 29th birthday. maybe just go with a cake.
It's a good
and
present.
I know, it's a nice one. Well, they're not together.
No.
Spoiler alert. So Tony, I guess, had called up her mom, Jessica's mom, to ask for the title because the title's in Jessica's name.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, he had the nerve to do it. He wants to sell said boat.
Sure.
But it's in her name, so he needed the title to sign it over. So Jessica did. She did all of that. And then apparently Tony just gave her plastic cups as a thank you. I know. I don't know.
There's got to be more of the story
There's got
there.
to be more. But this, as of right now, this is the story. And Tony is just, that's not a good look, Tony. You're up there with with other people and with Ken Rosenthal lately here. I don't know if you've seen those stories, but he's in that same category. However, we are not, and we also like to make good bets.
Place your bets. Place your bets. Here we are. I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal in Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
Okay, you can owe me. I owe you one.
Ken Rosenthal basically ran over a photographer to avoid getting splashed with Gatorade. But the worst part is he gave him this really nasty look, like the guy that he ran over and knocked over, like it was his fault for existing. Gave him a really bad look and then, quote, apologized afterward. And then that's just a whole nother cycle. Yeah, you got to go down that Twitter
I got to read
rabbit
that.
hole.
I got to read that. I've known Ken for a long time. He's good. He's a very nice guy.
He's in some things now.
No idea what's going on there.
Yeah, it's not great. But what hopefully is great is a Cubs win because they won yesterday. So give me my Cubbies on the road in Pittsburgh. Even with Skeens pitching, they're underdogs. Plus 120. I'll take it.
Go also under 7. That's plus 250. I was actually going to be on the Cubs as well, but I'll let you do it. Padres are at the Mets. You know what's happening next. San Diego is plus 102. Over 8, because the Mets bullpen will automatically allow 8 runs. Plus 280.
Yeah.
Mets are 2 games in front in the for the last wild card.
Yeah.
The margin is thin.
Mm-hmm.
It gets thinner tonight.
Yes, it does.
Padres win.
Okay, this one basically just a pick'em game. Toronto Blue Jays in Tampa taking on the Rays. You know what? Give me the Rays because sometimes they're a little plucky, and we'll go under 8.5 plus 220.
All right, well, closing this one. There's a commercial running in where I say Real Madrid is playing Marseille in the French Riviera. It's not. The match is in Madrid. It's at the Bernabeu. But I still think Marseille gives them a hard time. Draw for the Champions League opener. And the team that's going to win the Champions League is not Chelsea. It is going to be Arsenal.
Chapel Hill to Charlotte, Greenville to Greensboro. Your sports, his state. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hi, it's Adam from my friend Gordon Miller. Miller Lending, Kildare Farm Road in Cary. I made him sound a little bit like James Bond. And you know what? He has a license to kill closing costs. See what I did there? Here's the deal. You don't have to pay closing costs, but you don't need fancy contraptions and gadgets to do it. You simply go to millerlending.com, start the whole process, and save thousands of dollars. Don't pay closing costs because you don't have to. And then you leave yourself the freedom to refinance free of charge when the rates come down like they have in the last several months. A full point. You know what that means to you on about a $400,000 mortgage? It's about $260 a month in your pocket. And you get that money back for free because you didn't pay closing costs. Miller Lending on Kildare Farm Road in Cary since 1996. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 2502146.
It's Bo time. Fumble in the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you could say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's Bo time.
Planning a tailgate? Then it's Bo time. Bojangles has everything you need for the perfect tailgate, no matter how many fans you're trying to feed. There's the original tailgate, the super tailgate, and for a really big crowd, the jumbo tailgate special. And if you like your chicken off the bone, choose the Supreme's tailgate special that includes 12 perfectly seasoned tenderloin fillets. So grab the tickets, get that Bojangles tailgate special, and go. It's Bo time.
When it comes to mixing drugs, you may think you have a safe approach, but the bottom line is, mixing drugs is never safe. It can cause serious health problems like a heart attack or brain damage. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, score over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code TIMD. That's code TIMD with no spaces to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet your first $5. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-185-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, injury lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
Get in the hole! That's ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
This is the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
You ain't got Rasheed Rice? Whoop-dee-doo. You ain't got Xavier Worthy? Whoop-dee-doo. Hey, listen, bro. Handle it. We don't care about that. Because what I'm looking at, Stephen A, is this. You got the Chargers that are looking doggone good. You got the Raiders that's looking really good. You got the Broncos that's looking really good. So you got all these issues and acting like the Kansas City Chiefs is the only team in NFL history that had to battle back from injury. Ask Cincinnati Bengals about injury right now. Whoop-dee-doo. We don't care nothing about that, bro. This football, we got to figure this out and figure it out fast.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Anybody wants to find a lie with what Cam Newton just had to say, I'm here. I'm ready to listen.
He was probably wearing a really fancy hat, too.
Cam.
Oh, yeah.
Next level.
Yeah.
But that was legit real. Because nobody cares. Injuries are reality.
They're all over the place right now.
Well, yeah, we've got 4 starting quarterbacks that are out, right? Joe Burrow's out probably for the rest of the season.
Yep.
By the way, it's funny. My son, who just turned 17 yesterday.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
He doesn't really like the NFL. Mm-hmm. But he is now with a bunch of his friends in a fantasy football league. So now he's paying attention.
Right.
So he'll probably like the league in an hour. Yesterday, one of his friends offered him a trade. We wanted to trade him Joe Burrow.
Oh, wow.
So he says to me, should I do it? First of all, you got Jalen Hurts. You don't need Joe Burrow.
No.
Secondly, I'm like, yeah, he ain't playing.
No.
By the time he comes back, if he can come back this year.
Yeah.
The season is over.
Right.
So, yeah, you don't want that.
No.
Plus, he accidentally drafted Malik Neighbors, who might be the best receiver in football right now.
Yeah, exactly. No, take it from Bridget Condon and I that you don't need Joe Burrow as your quarterback because we both have him.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
Go pick up Jake Browning.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, no good. No good there.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's so he's all into it.
Mm-hmm.
He's all into the players. Mm-hmm. I'm like, nah, you're making me pay attention? I don't really want to pay attention.
Right? You're just watching football with the feet.
If I don't have to.
Now you got to do
But
big
I don't just want to have to pay attention to fantasy. I'm not in a fantasy league this year for a reason.
Yeah. There are reasons.
But now he's in it. So I'm just like,
you're stuck.
I'm just trying to help him out. And it's going okay.
Okay.
They won last week.
Okay,
Because he had Malik Neighbors and he had Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Who had 1 billion points.
Yeah.
1 billion points.
That's always helpful.
So, yeah, he didn't even get much out of Jalen Hurts, although they did get a touchdown out of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
By the way, he was like minus 115 anytime touchdown. At halftime, he hadn't had one.
Mm-hmm.
It was plus 220.
Oh, okay. Have they watched?
Right, exactly.
Have they ever watched him play?
Exactly. You should almost go every game. Will he score 2 touchdowns?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he's going to get them.
He will.
All right, lots to do. Brenden Whitted in studio with us in about 15 minutes. Let's do the Wall of Sound.
The Wall of Sound is a function of this studio. There's no doubt about it.
All right, let's deal with a little bit from last night's game. The star of stars, Baker Mayfield, who picked up a 4th and 10 on the final drive, squeezing through the defensive line, running for the first down, then completed 5 passes in a row, got them down to the 2. They punched it in, and they beat the Texans 20-19 for a big road win.
Similar to what I told you guys last week, in these 2-minute close games, we were not on the right side of things for the past couple of years, and it's good to see that we haven't even played close to our best ball in all 3 phases, and we're still finding ways to win on the road, and that's really important, is to not lose sight of that. We're finding ways to win, but also we do need to get things fixed. Some of these games we can make it easier on ourselves and try and put teams away earlier, but this is a good team that we played, so we expected a hard-fought battle, but yeah, it's nice to be on the right side of it.
4th quarter of the game, the Texans blocked a punt to put themselves in pretty good field position to take a lead. And actually, I think they did take a lead with a field goal, regardless of what the score was. But they didn't pick up a first down after a blocked punt. And then they got the ball down to the 1. And on 4th down, they rolled C.J. Stroud out to the left, and he threw inaccurately. He probably has some opportunities. We've all seen it. Look, being a quarterback's hard. It's just hard. And the Buccaneers have a great defense. Here's Stroud on the offensive struggles as they're 0-2.
It's a young offense, don't really, can make a bunch of excuses, but we're just not getting it done. So at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And, we're moving the ball pretty well. Just got to put 7 on the board, and that's the big difference right now.
They had opportunities. I mean, that was a game that the Texans look back, go, yeah, we probably let this one get away. You don't get too many of those during the course of the season. I mean, you're not afforded too many of those during the course of the season. You probably get them. But if you're going to win a division, the Texans are good, but the Texans are not so good that you can squander wins when you only get 17 kicks at it. On top of that, you've got the Colts, who were probably, I'm not going to say gifted a win because they weren't. They earned it. Denver could have made that a 5-point game late with a field goal that was missed, and then Indy wins it with a field goal. Colts are 2-0. So, double whammy for Houston. A game they probably think they should have won, and now you're 2 back of the Colts. Granted, there are 15 games left in the season for both, so we are not even close to being through with all of it. Meanwhile, the Chargers are 2-0. And Jim Harbaugh and company went to Vegas and beat Pete Carroll and the Raiders, and Harbaugh on the win.
It was hard fought. I mean, it was a battle like all the ones, that every time you play the Raiders or play a Pete Carroll team, I mean, it was division rivalry. I mean, it was all of it, and both teams were just fighting, Once everybody was all in out there.
Like all the ones. He's just such a weirdo. He's such a weirdo.
Yeah.
Ah, bless him. Dan Orlovsky from ESPN on the change in Los Angeles.
There's a philosophy change in that organization right now that Justin Herbert's the best player in the field every time that the Chargers play. And they're going to put the ball in his hands. And I think you're seeing some of the roster building take shape and show itself. They put him under center on early downs. They go hard ball, play action, and they try to take shots down the field. And it's paying off for them, and he's making really good decisions. And then there's a Keenan Allen or a Ladd McConkey. The health, the playmaking that he's had with his legs have been a really big deal. And so they're protecting him. He's got pockets to throw out to for days. And the perimeter players are playing really well. So it feels different when it comes to the offensive side of the football in Los Angeles.
All right. Based on Sunday's Chiefs win, or rather Eagles win in Kansas City, the push to push the league is on, and it was on Get Up this morning with Mike Greenberg.
Fair enough. So there's that part of it. And then, Dan, to me, there's another part of it, which is whether they officiated properly or not. The play is an abomination. Agreed. It's unwatchable. This has nothing to do with how good the Eagles are. I know the Eagle fans get all sensitive about this. It is the most unwatchable. This is not what football was ever meant to be.
Agreed. And the league tried to get rid of it. 22 out of the 32 teams voted to eliminate it, but they needed 24. And the Eagles put on the full court press. They sent old Jason Kelsey in there to argue it.
There you go. Put a center in there. We'll get it fixed.
Exactly. So, but I'm with
World's
you.
problems, we got it.
You're selling a TV product too. If you're the NFL, you don't want a disgusting-looking play whose outcome is not in doubt. And by the way, if you're going to let them do it, then make sure they do it legally.
See, a lot of that is true. First of all, it's not an abomination. It's not disgusting. I don't understand that mindset. Is it the most exciting play in the world? I don't know. I mean, it's all right. It's a quarterback sneak. But I personally think that the Eagles line up offside, and they clearly jumped offside, false start, and those were allowed to happen. I'll just end the conversation this way. If you can't pull a player, you shouldn't be able to push a player. That's the way to get the play banned if you want it banned. But because they do it better than you, don't talk to me about player safety. There's 1,000 things in the league that are unsafe that they can't do anything about, including that play. Don't ban the play unless you're going to ban the act of allowing a player to gain yards not under his own power. If I can't push. I shouldn't be allowed to push you if I can't pull you or carry you or throw you. When we come back, Brenden Whitted in studio with us. A little bit about the Panthers, the Tar Heels, and more. Next.
From the Heels.
Touchdown, Carolina.
To the Canes.
She scores!
He covers it all. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
It's time for our 2 o'clock keyword in our Sin City Skateaway. Sponsored by Park MGM Las Vegas, Atlantic Spas and Billiards, Hot Tub and Sauna Expo, Buffalo Brothers, and Newcomb & Company. This hour's word is snow. Text SNOW to 919-860-5326 for your chance to win a trip for 2 to Las Vegas and see Carolina play hockey against the Las Vegas Golden Knights next month. Again, this hour's word is snow. Good luck from 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle sports leader. Hey, it's Adam Golden. I am in studio with the one and only Sammy Hanna from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. I'm going to be seeing you this weekend for the open house.
Hey, Adam, I'm excited. I'm honored to be here with you. And yeah, this Friday, Saturday is our biannual open house, and glad to do it once again and looking forward to a great function.
So what are the big attractions? Not me. I am not an attraction. What are the big attractions for the open house?
Well, all of our radio hosts are always a big attraction, so please come out and see your radio host. I'm going to be there. My sales staff's going to be there. All my employees are there. So it's just a great time to come out and meet the staff, learn something about all your home improvement needs. We're going to have food as always. Food's always great. We're going to have Bojangles for breakfast. We've got our food trucks and ice cream for lunch. And then we've got some great giveaways. We're giving away thousands of dollars in gift certificates. We're having a big drawing this year for 2,000 square feet of James Hardy siding, which is the first time we've ever done that. It's just a great time to come out and have a great time with us.
Here you go. 800-672-4348. Friday till 5. Saturday till 4. See you there.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Struggling with high interest debt? You can pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Dennis Cox. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated the kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Loan Pronto, instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is A+ rated by the BBB and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Their service is off the charts. Call now to start the conversation. 919-381-1760, loanpronto.com. 919-381-1760. Get debt relief now. Loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender. NMLS 166171 on approved credit. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Our state's future begins with our students. That's why the North Carolina Education Lottery has contributed over $12 billion to education. Through scholarships, school construction, support staff, and pre-K programs, lottery dollars move our state forward, helping students become the best versions of themselves. Visit movingncstudentsforward.com and share how your student or school community has benefited for a chance to earn $2,000 for your story. Must be 18 to play. Problem Gambling Helpline 877-718-5543.
This is Adam Gold.
The American Cornhole League. I don't know if you can wager on it. Let me go to FanDuel and find out if you can wager on it.
I think I read you can get a scholarship. Kids in high school can actually get scholarships for cornholing. Who knows? I don't know what the technical term is.
I'm just not going to say anything.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. It is a Tuesday afternoon. Joined in the studio by my man, Brenden Whitted. Normally we see you on screen, right? And we're talking hoops or whatever. But you're in town, so thanks for hanging out.
Thank you, man. My dad's
all right,
here.
Move closer to that.
My
microphone.
My dad's here, so this is a really nice. It's his birthday coming up, so I really appreciate this.
You're in town for Dad's birthday.
Yep.
Do we have parties planned?
I'm gonna take him out to dinner. Something chill. We're gonna watch. Right. We've been watching a lot of sports, a lot of football. Right.
So, I'm hoping that your dad is not a Panthers fan.
Yeah, he passed that on.
Right.
He passed that on to me.
So, it's been a minute. We were talking about it before. Halfway through the 18 season was the last time the Panthers were any good. So, what has that experience been, especially over the last?
Yeah. I mean, so me and my dad were having this argument. I'm still haven't sold on my Bryce Young stock. He's off.
Right.
He's completely off of him. He's
done with Bryce.
He's done with Bryce. I think once we got a little bit more help, we got T-Mac. Xavier Legette was supposed to be,
Oh, he's no good.
No, he's been disappointment because I thought, you look at his numbers and he's something like 6'2", and is fast, runs a nice 40. Everything is there but the production. Everything but the most important thing is there. And then, the T-Mac draft, and I think once you start looking around and, Hubbard's probably our best offensive skill position player, I would say.
No, McMillan is.
Yeah, well,
I think McMillan is.
I think he will be. I really do. But I think once you look around at the skill position players and you're still not getting that constant production out of your quarterback, at some point you got to turn your eyes towards that. Offensive line's been a little up and down. That's fair. But I mean, I've been disappointed. 0-2, and also haven't looked good at 0-2. They haven't been. They came back a little bit towards the tail end of that game, and they ended up. I think they covered that game, but
they did cover the game.
Yeah.
So let me ask. I'll ask it this way: do you remember the 2008 national semifinal game when the Tar Heels were down 41-9?
Yes.
Right.
What was it? Kansas?
Yeah. Right. Now they came back and had a chance to win the game.
They did.
Right. Like with 4 minutes left, that was a 2-possession game.
That was a tough loss, man. That was tough.
But in the grand scheme of things, that was sort of a fluke.
Yeah.
And I looked at Sunday's game, and people don't pay any attention to what we just saw.
Yeah.
That was entirely about Arizona.
Yeah.
It was nothing to do with the Panthers. Look, the Panthers probably should have won the game.
They had their opportunities. It's just
should have won it.
But that's what I mean. I mean, that's about as good as our defense is going to play, right? Now, giving up 27 points isn't great. I think the odds are like if you get 27, you're going to win a large majority of the games. But they weren't impressed. I wasn't impressed by the Arizona Cardinals. I was more depressed about what we saw out of the Panthers. I really had higher hopes than I probably should have, but it is what it is.
Here's the thing. I don't believe people should be out on Bryce.
Okay, I was about to ask you that.
Okay. I think we should be more out on the head coach. Because when Dave Canales got here, he had done this with Geno Smith. He had done this with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Those two quarterbacks had something that Bryce Young did not have. Experience. They'd seen it.
True.
Right? So did you get a ton out of Geno Smith? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get a ton out of Baker Mayfield? Yeah. But they'd also experienced, they'd been in the league several years.
Yeah.
They'd already had their own experience. And Bryce Young had none of that.
Right.
Not only was he poorly coached in year one, he was incredibly poorly coached, but there was no personnel. He had no chance to succeed in year one. I don't believe Canales really ever wanted him. It's my own read on it. I could be 100% wrong. And I don't think Canales really trusts him.
Now, there were some third down situations where it did not look like he had the faith in Bryce Young. But I do want to ask you this question. You mentioned Geno and Baker. Both those guys, I know Geno had a rough game on Monday.
He did.
But both those guys have kind of gone full circle. They came in with a lot of hype, and then, with Baker, he was with Carolina for a little bit.
He was the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, like Bryce Young, also not tall, first overall pick.
But do you think that we should go back to having quarterbacks sit for a while?
I've been saying this forever.
Yeah.
The C.J. Stroud had a great first year.
Yeah.
They had an awesome offensive line. They had two great wide receivers, stayed healthy, and a tight end. And it just hit a little bit of an easy schedule.
Yeah.
Got on a roll, took off. He he's going to be a good quarterback. He already is a good quarterback.
Yeah.
But I think the same thing for Bryce. If you look at Baker, year one, he did come in and play in year one, but it was year two, the pandemic year. I think that was year two when he took off. But that year was just such a weird year.
Yeah.
They beat the Steelers in the playoffs. Then it went the other way. But it's the Browns.
Yeah.
The Browns are like perpetually dysfunctional. Unfortunately, the Panthers have been the same since the middle of the 2018 season. When Cam got hurt, the second injury, that was it.
That was it.
And they have not been, they haven't been relevant since Cam's injury, but they also have been woefully mismanaged in terms of the personnel. They still have bad personnel. Last year was a good offensive line, but I think we're dressing it up to be better than it was.
Yeah.
They have to run the ball.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think their offense is mediocre at best. And it doesn't help that, like, Leggett, I can't figure this out. I'm rambling here.
No.
Brenden Whitted is in studio with us. For some reason, Bryce and Leggett are like oil and water.
Yeah, you don't see that sort of connection, that synergy that I thought, particularly in year two.
Right.
Because I thought that would be, his kind of security blanket until he and T-Mac got on this. I thought he was coming in as the guy. I sort of kind of think they was Thielen a little bit.
I thought that Sunday.
Yeah.
Even though Thielen wasn't, and he hasn't been great for 2 games in Minnesota, I do think that I understand why they traded him, mostly because they want Jalen Coker to play. Then Coker gets hurt.
Right.
Then you bring back Hunter Renfrow. But Leggett has been so disappointing. I'm not saying he's never going to be good because that's crazy. But it's a rough start. It's only the second time in NFL history that a receiver has been targeted 8 or more times to produce negative yards. The last was, I think it was Priest Holmes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. Right? It's a long time ago. So, and with Holmes, it was like -8 yards, but a lot of that is like stuff out of the backfield. Leggett has just not been good. And I think Bryce either doesn't trust that he's going to run the right route or whatever. But I do think it's more about the head coach to this point, and none of it is irreparable. Although it's going to take a long time.
But it does feel like something has to change, whether it's the head coach.
Well, you're a fan. Is there hope?
I think last week kind of, because I was thinking this would be a borderline playoff team, which is it sounds insane when I say it out loud now, but I thought,
it does?
Hey, Bryce, the way he
you're a Hornets fan too.
Yeah, so, man, come on, man.
You're a Hornets fan too.
How you gonna beat up on me? And I'm in person, but no, but it's true though. But I thought, especially with the way Bryce ended last year, he had that 4 or 5 touchdowns versus Atlanta Falcons. He was
great in the last few games.
He looked great, and I maybe foolishly thought that was going to carry over. I thought he got through the Andy Dalton time when, hey, we're not sure if he's going to start anymore. You might end up.
I didn't think he's ever going to play again.
I didn't either. And then Dalton gets hurt. He starts playing better, and it looks like, okay, we back on track because they traded up to get him. Like that's still DJ Moore. Every time I watch DJ Moore play well, it hurts a little bit because I'm like, man, we're still looking and trying to find a wide receiver, and you gave away. You traded away. That guy is something special when he has the ball in his hands.
What do young quarterbacks need? Receivers?
Yeah.
And an offensive line.
Yeah.
You traded up to get Bryce Young, giving away your best receiver, and you didn't have an offensive line.
Yep.
That seems like organizational malpractice to me.
The way they handled Brian Burns' trade, right? Reports were that you could have gotten 2 first or at least 2 high ones, and they end up kind of just letting it go too long, and then the price tag goes down for him, and it was just like, man, I understand Dan Morgan was pretty young in the position.
No, it was
right
before
there.
Dan Morgan.
That's right. That
was prior.
Yeah,
that was whoever the last Scott Fitterer. When they could have gotten 2 firsts, according to Joe Person of The Athletic, it was 2 firsts and a second.
That's a franchise changing sort. And you weren't going to win, right? He wasn't enough to carry the whole team.
If you can get that for somebody, 2 firsts and a second, for somebody who isn't a quarterback,
right?
You have to do it.
That's not only 3 starters. That's 3 long-term guys. If first and seconds, you want those guys on your franchise for a while.
Now, fast forward this to real time when the Cowboys did something similar, but here's the difference. When the Panthers were making this trade, it was like with Cleveland or somebody like that. It was with a team that wasn't at the top, where the Packers are. The Packers are going to be picking at the very end of the first round the next 2 years.
Right.
So Dallas gave away, and Brian Burns is not Micah Parsons.
No.
Not even this. They're not the same player. And you turn down, even if it's mid-first round, I was so dumb, and they weren't ready to win yet anyway.
Yeah.
But, he's our guy. Then pay him.
Yeah, you got to do one. If you're not going to trade him, I would have wanted to trade, but if you're not going to trade him, you have to pay him, because then it looks like you're watching draft picks walk out the door, and you're not getting better.
Right. And they got a 2nd-round pick for Christian McCaffrey. Just kidding. Well, they did. That's not even a lie. It's not even a lie.
Now, that was one of their better trades, because McCaffrey was fantastic. I thought they ran him into the ground. He was just too much of the offense, and he's been hurt almost as frequently as he was with Carolina.
I would say that it was a mercy trade.
Yeah.
It was to, hey, Christian, we love you. You deserve to play for an organization that, knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
So here, go to San Francisco.
I was happy for him.
I was too.
I was
they haven't won a Super Bowl, but
no. But I mean, he's the kind of player that deserves to be on a winning sort of team.
You and I have not chatted since the Brenden Whitted is hanging out in studio with me here. You and I haven't chatted since the ACC announced their conference basketball schedules.
Yeah.
Explain to me why Carolina has 2 home and homes, one with Duke and one with Syracuse, but not with NC State.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because as a fan, you grew up a Tar Heel fan, right?
Absolutely.
Even though it's been a minute since that's been a competitive rivalry. I mean, with the Matt Doherty era notwithstanding.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean at least it was brief,
But
right?
thankfully.
Especially with the way Will Wade looks like he's going to build it.
Yeah.
That's a game that has to be played. I don't
you
get.
Have to.
As a fan.
Yeah.
Don't you want that game?
Absolutely. State. Even though State hasn't had the success of Duke, that rivalry is still very, very strong. If you talk to older people that played in the ACC, that was the rivalry, right? Duke came on later, but that was the rivalry. And you can't have this many, what are usually at least pretty good teams right on top of each other and not play. Like Syracuse, respectfully, there's no real juice there. I mean, they might end up being better or whatever, but like
they're supposed to be good. That's fine.
But in terms of a rivalry, this was what I was always afraid of when they expanded, they started doing different stuff. You can't lose that. You can't lose State. You can't lose Duke, and that has to be kind of top of mind. It's a surprise that they didn't have it, and I wonder if the backlash they'll get for only having one game, if they'll go back to something similar next year.
First of all, what you said before about you've asked older people. Jimmy Black, a national champion, told me a long time ago. I haven't spoken to Jimmy in a while, but told me a long time ago when he played, State was the game.
Yeah.
Not Duke.
Yeah.
And
Bill Ford says the same thing.
Right. That was the game.
Yeah.
And like I know your dad.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yep.
That was the game.
That was the game.
And the fact that the league is ignoring that.
Yeah.
Whether it's football or basketball, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
You make your schedules for your fans.
Yes.
And television.
Yeah.
So somebody asked me, well, is the State Carolina basketball game really, does it matter to ACC fans? I'm like, it probably matters more to national State Carolina than it does to ACC fans.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure a Clemson fan cares about Duke Carolina.
No, probably not. But it is everything. Just some stuff you have to do, and it's a surprise that they would make that decision.
How do you feel? How do you and your dad feeling about Bill Belichick so far?
Okay.
So well.
Okay.
Good. Things going well.
They're 2-1.
2-1.
I don't. Okay. But
2-1.
But it was a lot.
No
it was
good.
a lot of noise that he brought in with them, and I don't have a problem with who you're dating as long as they're consenting adults. Go for it. I mean, I don't know if y'all listen to the same music, but okay.
Bill is definitely. Yeah, they listen to the same music.
He seems like a Swiftie, and but my issue is once your relationship stuff starts costing you.
Do you think it is? Because I don't. I don't think all that. I think that stuff is a distraction for other people, not for them.
The Hard Knocks, them pulling the plug on that. That was because that's how you recruit nowadays. If you can get a TV show where you're consistently on national TV.
Well, they're on Hulu.
Yeah.
It's not Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
I think they wanted more control. Yeah. I have no idea. I've not seen an episode. I have no idea what they're doing.
Right.
I don't know that an episode has come out yet.
I was about to say I haven't seen one yet.
I'm not the audience.
Yeah.
I probably should be, but I won't watch. I have watched one episode of Hard Knocks.
It wasn't good
Ever.
this year. Oh,
No.
Great. Ever?
Ever.
Oh, come on.
Ever. I watched the episode. It was the Jets when Rex Ryan was the coach. And he went, blah, 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 blah. Let's get a snack.
Yeah.
That's the only episode of Hard Knocks I have ever watched. It might be a good show. I don't know.
This season wasn't good because the Bills are boring, right? They're good.
They are boring.
But nobody. But the stuff I loved about
you're a Hard Knocks guy?
Yeah, but the stuff I love about the show is the guys who are just barely making it or having to watch them get cut, which is kind of sad, but it's also riveting television. You know what I mean? Like, man,
you're mean.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, I'm not I'm not happy that they get cut, but it is. Come on, man. I couldn't turn my eyes away. Like watching some of these players like cry in the coach's room.
Very mean. I didn't realize you were this mean.
I'm a little. Well, he's sitting right over there,
Yeah.
so
that's what Dad taught you.
That's it, right
All right, man. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely, man.
Happy
Thank
birthday
you.
to your dad.
Appreciate you, bro.
Good luck to the Panthers. There's 3 wins in this season. Maybe more. Maybe 4.
That's so sad.
But
that's so sad.
2 games are already gone.
Yeah.
So
I mean, look, I got
a lot more wins maybe than you expected.
4-11 for the rest of the season.
That's probably par for the course.
Yeah, probably. But that's we haven't been relevant since Cam, and it is really painful to see other teams figure it out. Atlanta looks like they figured it out right now. The Saints have regressed, but they were always going to do that with their salary cap stuff.
Right.
But you have Tampa Bay and Atlanta that look like legitimate teams, and we are just somewhere in the doldrums, and that's tough to watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't be a fan. No, you got to be a fan. It's got to be a fan of something.
It's too late,
You got to be
man.
a fan of something.
Thank you, man.
All right. Thank you very much. Brenden Whitted. All right. When we come back, we got to rewind. Next.
Talking sports, dropping truth. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from our friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, and we've got stuff for you. Look, I know we have a couple of days without the National Football League and college football, but we can still have some fun. And new customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win that bet. Now, I kind of like Marseille to give Real Madrid a little trouble in the Champions League. Very distracting for Real playing on the French Riviera. You can build parlays, bet player props, anything you want. FanDuel.com/AGS. FanDuel.com/AGS. Download the FanDuel app today. Get started today. Champions League football is back. We are fired up at FanDuel. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
Experience a day of discovery at the world's largest natural habitat zoo located in Asheboro. North Carolina Zoo and Botanical Gardens offers miles of shaded pathways, engaging activities and nature trails, and award-winning educational programming for all ages. Encounter wild animals, flourishing plants, and extraordinary beauty as you explore the ancient Uwharrie Mountains in the heart of North Carolina. Every visit helps save wildlife and wild places. Plan an unforgettable journey at nczoo.org. Are you taking care of someone on Medicare? Navigating Medicare can be overwhelming. You're not alone. The NC Department of Insurance SHIP program can help you figure out what steps to take and when. SHIP counselors can answer your questions. Visit ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212. SHIP provides free, unbiased help in all 100 counties.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
For North Carolina high school seniors, the countdown to college is on. And at CFNC, we've got all the resources and information needed to get you on campus next year. Take College Application Week, for example. Did you know you can apply for free at many North Carolina colleges from October 20th through October 26th? Sure can. Don't miss the opportunity to save some money applying to college. And for more help, visit cfnc.org/C2C.
The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services is looking for people aged 21 or older to volunteer in long-term care facilities. Community Advisory Committee volunteers help residents and their families advocate for the needs of individuals living in long-term care facilities, such as nursing homes, assisted living facilities, and family care homes. Volunteers must complete orientation and training to become designated and certified representatives of the Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. Visit ncdhhs.gov/contactnc to find your county's ombudsman.
Did you know? Atlantic hurricane season runs through November. From gathering necessary supplies to planning an evacuation route, now is the time to make sure you and your family are prepared. And if a storm damages our electric system, local public power providers are ready to respond and restore power quickly and safely. As a public power customer, you benefit from having an electricity provider that restores power faster than other providers do. Visit electricities.com for storm preparation tips and resources.
This is Adam Gold.
So Mike Vrabel, the coach of the New England Patriots, they asked him about birthday cake, and he said there was only one cake qualified for his birthday cake.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to guess what that is?
Is it vanilla?
No.
Oh.
Carrot.
I love him even more.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. I feel for Panthers fans. I feel for you, Victoria.
Oh, I know. Brenden and his dad and I were talking about Panthers.
Yeah.
Back here because we're both Panther fans. And yeah.
It's tough.
We had our own conversation.
It's tough.
I know.
And I was joking when I say don't be a fan. Be a fan. But, I mean, you deserve more from your team.
Yeah.
And, I used to be a Jets fan, and at some point you say, I've had enough. I've had enough of your shenanigans. I've had enough of your dysfunction, of your, and I'm not accusing the Panthers of doing this, of the shortcuts, right? Because I don't believe that the Panthers have taken shortcuts. I think they've made a lot of poor choices, but I don't believe they have tried to shortcut this. Like the Jets have. As an organization, the Jets, whether it's going through Brett Favre or later on Aaron Rodgers, trying to do it that way, fast forward to the end, I think that ultimately gets you beat. I think you can make an argument that Pittsburgh is trying to do the same thing this year with Rodgers. It may work because they have more of a foundation. The Jets did not have that foundation. It's the same thing that we've talked about this with Bill Belichick in North Carolina football. there is an element of me, of the way I think about these things, where the people who are pulling strings behind the program, the big money boosters, board of whatever people who think they have all the answers, definitely believed that they had solved for X.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely, oh man, we got it. We got the greatest coach that's ever worn a whistle. And he's going to come, he's going to give us legitimate football. And he may. But not now. You can't fast track it. You cannot cut to the end. It just doesn't happen. Can it happen by a fluke? Yep, it can. But we've watched. They're no good. We didn't really get into it yesterday. We'll get into it later in the week. Gio Lopez, to me, nope, not an ACC quarterback. I don't know that Max Johnson is either, but at some point this season, I wouldn't be shocked if we started seeing a little bit of Bryce Baker. Because the quarterback that I watched against Richmond, the quarterback that I watched against, other than the first drive, against Charlotte, no, not really.
Yeah.
Not that good. What works at South Alabama in that league probably doesn't work. And we haven't even seen the Tar Heels play, other than TCU, like a good team, because they haven't. It's going to be a challenge. By the way, they're almost a touchdown underdog at Central Florida this week. Huge test. And maybe we'll see better this week. It is just 3 weeks. But it doesn't appear to me to be a quality ACC quarterback.
Yeah.
Like if I was listing the quarterbacks in the league, we would be going pretty far down before we got to Gio. Pretty far down. All right, let's rewind. Bridget Condon joined us from the NFL Network earlier. I would encourage you, especially for the awkward moments, because there were some awkward moments of our conversation. Go check it out on the best of. Go check it out on the Best of the Adam Gold Show podcast, because it was crazy. But we did start with me asking the question, because she's a big Taylor Swift fan. Is Travis Kelce too busy with wedding planning that he can't hold on to the football?
You know, I really wonder how this is going to impact their relationship, because when you're in the honeymoon phase of a relationship, the first year, the first 2 years, it's like, oh my God, you get home, you're making out. It's like, I love you, can't get enough of you. And then reality sinks in and it's like, okay, life is hard. Are you going to make my life better or worse? Travis Kelce has been in fantasy land for this entire relationship. He starts the season 0-2.
Yeah.
When's the last time the Chiefs started the 0-2?
I can't
Patrick
remember.
Mahomes wasn't there. So, I mean, how's the relationship? I'm a little worried. I need them to start winning, because we can't have this relationship fall apart before we get the royal wedding.
That is true.
I don't know what the issue is, but if anybody can get his mind right, it's Taylor Swift. So give him a week. I mean, he went through a lot. And dare I say, it's not all his fault. I know that one drop was really bad.
That was bad,
yeah. But I'm not throwing in the towel yet.
I'm sorry. The whole conversation was hysterical. Check it out on the Best of the Adam Gold Show podcast. So the Buccaneers go to 2-0 with a win on the road in Houston. The Chargers are 2-0. Neither of those two teams, though, are in our top 5 this year. For those people who are interested in the top 5 teams as I see it, they are Green Bay 1, Philadelphia 2, Baltimore 3, Buffalo 4. Yes, I know. Buffalo beat Baltimore. I get it. I watched it. One of the most ridiculous games ever. San Francisco 5. San Fran is one of those teams that just manages to keep you sucked in.
Oh, yeah.
They will break your heart.
When you bet on them, too, like, that's even worse. Because it's like, do I? Don't I? Is McCaffrey injured this week? No? Okay.
He played this past week, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Two games in a row.
He's injury prone. Like, so he spends the majority not being healthy.
It does speak to just how difficult it is. It's not just, McCaffrey. It's football.
Mm-hmm.
So we've lost 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Already. Brock Purdy is out.
Mm-hmm.
Probably for another 2-3 weeks. You've got Joe Burrow, probably done for the year. J.J. McCarthy.
Yep.
2 to 4 more weeks. Jaden Daniel. We don't really know exactly how long he's going to be out. They are preparing for him to not play this week.
And Justin Fields, I don't know if he's playing next week, but I know he had a concussion.
Protocol.
So, yeah.
The Jets could possibly go with Tyrod Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, as their quarterback. And it's funny to me because we want these quarterbacks to play. And all we do is add more games. So, just stands to reason that, yeah, I know, everybody likes more games. No, I'm not even arguing that. That isn't the argument. It's invariably, we are going to be playing more games with lesser players. So as long as everybody's cool with that, that's the future of NFL football. More games each year with backups. We're good? Everybody good? Because that's where we're headed. Just so everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
That is where we are headed. All right, this is now a controversy again. The play that everybody hates for no reason other than one team does it well and nobody else does. The brotherly shove. This was a big deal on Get Up this morning. Dan Graziano doesn't like it. Mike Greenberg doesn't like it. Jeff Saturday scoffing at both of them.
Fair enough. So there's that part of it. And then, Dan, to me, there's another part of it, which is whether they officiated properly or not. The play is an abomination. Agreed. It's unwatchable. This has nothing to do with how good the Eagles are. I know the Eagle fans get all sensitive about this. It is the most unwatchable. This is not what football was ever meant to be.
Agreed. And the league tried to get rid of it. 22 out of the 32 teams voted to eliminate it, but they needed 24. And the Eagles put on the full court press. They sent old Jason Kelsey in there to argue it.
There you go. Put a center in there. We'll get it fixed.
Exactly. So, but look, I'm with you.
World's problems, we got it.
You're selling a TV product too. If you're the NFL, you don't want like a disgusting-looking play whose outcome is not in doubt. And by the way, if you're going to let them do it, then make sure they do it legally.
All right. The end of that is true. The Eagles, I think, repeatedly get away with at least one violation of the rules, where the ball is pretty much under the center. So the center's helmet is out in front. I don't believe that's legal. But all of that other stuff, an abomination, it's an unwatchable play. I don't know. I think there's some anticipation when the Eagles are going to the line of scrimmage in that formation. Disgusting. I don't really understand. There's nothing disgusting about that particular play.
No.
Should they ban it is a different conversation than it being unwatchable. We see quarterback sneaks all the time. Okay, the quarterback sneak is an unwatchable play. Maybe we should ban that. No, we're not going to do that. If you want to ban it, and that's fine, you simply say, if you can't get the yards under your own power, then they don't count. As soon as somebody pushes or pulls a player forward, the play's done. Forward progress has been stopped if you need somebody pushing you from behind. That's all you need. End of discussion. End of discussion. Otherwise, it's just a quarterback sneak. So I don't understand the vitriol. Ban it the right way. Don't do it based on player safety because, honestly, every play in the NFL, every play in football is an unsafe play. So let's try to be just a little bit better about this. A couple of very quick things. All offseason in the NHL, and by the way, the Rangers named JT Miller their captain today. For whatever that's worth to Rangers fans here, they didn't choose Adam Fox. They didn't choose Mika Zibanejad. They didn't choose our old friend Vincent Trocheck. They chose JT Miller. I've been saying before, I think ultimately the Rangers end up finishing third in the Metro. I think they're the third playoff team for sure from the Metro. I do think the other two playoff teams, the wild cards, will come from the other side, come from the Atlantic Division. But all through the offseason, people were wondering, what's going to happen with Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins? Legitimately, the only team in the NHL not trying to win. The Penguins. They know it. They know they're not going to win. They are retooling for the future. Crosby, however, is tired of the speculation.
There's a lot of narratives out there, and I don't think a lot of those have come from me. So, this is where I want to be. I love it here, and I can't keep having to answer the same question over again.
He doesn't want to be traded.
No.
And even if the Penguins could legitimately push their franchise forward by trading him because he's still excellent. Like, it's not even like Sidney Crosby isn't good anymore. And they are more likely, by the way, to trade Yevgeny Malkin, I think, than they are. They're unlikely to trade Sidney Crosby because he doesn't want to go. But they might be able to get something for Yevgeny Malkin, who's in the last year of his contract. But he's no good anymore. Crosby's still legitimately good. Like, good enough to be a top 6 player on their Olympic team coming up in February. That's how good Sidney Crosby still is. He doesn't want to go. He's not going to go. But I will tell this to Tom Dundon and Eric Tulsky. I'd keep asking. You never know.
Why not?
Moment of weakness.
Yeah.
Maybe you just wear him down.
Yeah. Give him some barbecue. Maybe that'll help.
Maybe
some cheer wine.
Maybe it will. All right. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Phillies. They clinched the division, the National League East. There are 2 weeks left in the season. That is such an indictment of the Mets. It's not even funny. Philly's good. But you can't be 12 games back.
No.
With that team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So upset about that. So upset. Anyway, their Mets right now are still in a playoff spot. And that's at least good. Quick reminder. Canes Corner podcast tonight, 10 o'clock, YouTube. We will discuss goaltending and the Carolina Hurricanes this year and beyond, but mostly, is the goaltending good enough to accomplish what they want to accomplish? Right now, we will discuss that. 10 o'clock tonight. See you on the YouTubes. I am Adam Gold. Victoria, thank you very much. See everybody tomorrow on the Adam Gold Show.
Making more sports sense than social media trolls. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Adam Gold here from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, here with some help for you. New customers, great deal. Bet $5, win that bet, get $300 in bonus bets.